Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of LPALive. Get ready, it's once again time for a Libertarian National Committee meeting. We are LP Alliance, by the way, an intercaucus coalition rebuilding the Libertarian Party and revolutionizing the Liberty Movement. My name is Amanda Griffiths. I'm joined by Kyle Davis's flu.
I do.
And by that, I mean his chimney flu. Kyle is doing a very, very admirable impression of Kyle at this hour. We are getting ready to go into the Zoom room. Was that your flu impression? What is happening?
That was my impression of me.
I see. We're getting ready to go into the Zoom room for the February meeting, which is going to be just chock full of resolutions. Guys, we haven't had one of these in like 2 months. It's been so long. I'm excited, and we're here. Are you able to get in, Kyle, or not? Do you remember how to do this?
What?
Are you able to get into the meeting?
I'm already in the meeting. That's why I can't hear you.
Share the screen.
No. They don't want to see this. I don't want to see this.
There's Austin Martin's name. I can't hear anything, by the way.
No one's talking at the moment.
You said you couldn't hear me.
I couldn't, and then they stopped talking.
Can you only hear one group of people at a time? Is that...
This one's really, really loud. I'll get it fixed in a minute.
I'm supposed to be the tech person here. I had to do everything. I had to make this channel. I had to send the invite. I had to do everything, essentially.
I was impressed. I complimented you on this, and then...
Did you? I don't recall that.
I said good job when I came in.
I didn't say good job.
I did!
Did not. It's never happened. It's a lie. It's a lie. You know, you're just lying to me.
I am not
Edwin
rolled.
McMahon has a suit jacket.
Hello, Mr. Bracco. Do you expect Mr. Dassing tonight?
Where do you want us to be? Where do we want to
I'm
be?
sorry, did you say something to me?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Bracco.
I can ask him.
Okay.
Do you want to be...
I'm just trying to
here.
pre-populate the roll call.
What do you think?
Works for me. There's not a whole lot to see during one of these.
Well, yeah, that's why we do, like, facial expressions and things. It's weird. It's almost like he's a guest on with us. Hi, Evan.
So it's like Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. How's it going?
Does the chat now make... Oh. If we have the chat up... We've got to have the chat up, though. We have to have the chat up. This is part of our comradely duty.
Joe, that's the most she's ever wanted to hear from you.
If LNC doesn't protect Mars from zoning, I'll be very upset. See, I am now in charge of the titles.
Can you hear
so
me?
Yeah,
no.
Don't start yet.
It's like I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Jeremy, what are you doing here? You silly goose. Hi, Jeremy.
What are you doing here?
I don't even know.
I'm clipping
Guys,
right now.
chat, you have to tell us where you want us to be on the screen. Because otherwise, I'm just going to be playing with this for ages and ages.
Amanda has the power to move us around now.
I do. It's so fun.
Like she has always had admin, but now she's doing things.
I think we should give
gotta
it
be
a
terrified.
minute, Mr. Chair.
She's coming for you.
Dustin, LP Alliance's very own Dustin Koffel, is here, but is
we'll give it a few more minutes.
About to mute because he is a new region rep.
Hell yeah.
Is this your inaugural meeting, Dustin?
He's here.
I'm
you,
against
Mr.
region
Brooker.
reps, so I just refuse to acknowledge your existence.
Record-breaking cold. 107-year record in Miami.
It's
Was it like
amazing. I thought
84?
Stephen Taylor was going to
I
freeze.
think anything below 70 is
it.
a state of emergency. We were in Miami, weather 49 degrees.
Mr. Chair, actually, it's the lowest in recorded history.
Oh, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Why
it's,
is he
before records even began, when
Kyle,
the
it's your
Spanish thought
favorite.
about writing down the temperature.
You know what I love, Kyle? You know what I love about this is that
So it's
Hector
a
Ruse,
low
when
of
he's
30
on
degrees
screen,
in
because
Miami.
you're sharing your screen,
Yeah.
Hector has your name under him.
Hell is freezing over.
That's right. Mr. Martin looks
It's
sunny
on a
wherever you
stroll.
wherever you are in Hawaii. So I'm assuming you didn't get the record-breaking temps.
I'm working out in the field right now. I haven't cut the grass in a while, and I'm unburying some trees under the fern.
Big property.
Heading back over towards my place. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've got a pretty insane deal. I was checking on this bamboo that's been struggling over here, but it's actually popping up in other places, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Me too. Every
It's
time
not
I
as
see a new
big as I
bamboo
want it to
shoot,
be yet, so
gone.
We've
I'll
bamboo
kill
and
my
it's growing
video
up.
while I'm walking back.
We won't mention the hemp.
I was about
wish,
to say.
man. Thankfully, we have a good number of neighbors who grow, but we don't really need to.
It's 2 minutes past the meeting start time, and we're talking about
Austin's muted.
bamboo.
All right. How are we looking now?
This meeting
Mr.
is being
Secretary?
recorded.
And
We
Your mother's
are
being recorded.
solid.
I mean, usually she
Excellent.
is around this time of
There's a
night.
couple people still absent, but it'll be fine.
It's
Okay. All right.
Joe, that's my secret.
It
I'm
is
not actually
Sunday,
sick.
February
I'm just
1st,
trying all the drugs that you need to be on the
2026
LNC.
at 7:32
Just see what it's
p.m. My
like.
name is Stephen
So
Akela,
today was meth.
Chairman
That
of
was
the
the biggest
Libertarian
mistake.
National Committee, and I'm going to
I
be
guess I should say
calling
to be an
this
awesome
special
meth.
meeting
That one.
to order. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready with roll, please.
Mr. Bowler,
Present.
Mr. Bost,
Present.
Mr. Chatterton,
Present.
Mr. Dar,
Here.
Mr. Dassing,
Here.
Mr. Bracco,
Present.
Mr. Ford,
Here.
Mr. Weir, Mr. Weir, Miss Hayes,
Where is he?
Miss Hayes,
This.
Miss Robson,
Do this.
Here.
I don't like
Mr.
that.
Neville,
Present.
Mr. Lamb, Mr. Lamb, Mr. Martin,
Aloha.
Mr. McGee,
Present.
Mr. Johnson,
Howdy, Dave.
Mr. Johnson. I am
Hey,
here.
Matt.
Mr. Koffel,
Present.
Mr. Hirsch, Mr. Hirsch, Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Miss Cowart,
The era of Grumpy
Miss
Bill
Coward.
is amazing.
Yes.
Mr. Vincent,
Here.
Mr. Watkins, Mr. Watkins, Mr. Nikela,
I'm present.
Mr. Chair,
Rob with the eat cam.
we have 16 voting members present.
16.
All right. Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and move on
That's
to
a majority of
public
50.
comment. 2 minutes each for 10 minutes.
According to.
Is there anybody in the
Hayes'
gallery who is seeking to participate in public comment at this time?
It's me.
Public
Public comment. I
I'll leave you
really
last
like
because
killer
we-
whales.
well,
Here's all the
I
things I love
dare you
killer
to
really
do
whales.
that.
don't-
They're
I
born at
dare you.
7 feet.
I
Could that be
dare
an
you to
announcement
just start
that you have
saying
for us
killer whale
at the end of the
sounds.
meeting?
No, actually, I want to catch members. It's specific, couple of quick items
It's still
specific
Kyle
to the
Davis.
convention that I just want to make sure people know.
Haggard
Let's
Pat
leave
Ford.
that for announcements because I want to keep public comment strictly for members. Mr. Roos, go ahead, sir.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to provide this comment. I wanted to give a quick shout out to the
To lick
LNC
Angela's feet.
finding this groove in terms of how to
Hector says
respond
your name tag
to
on his
the immigration
screen, so-
enforcement issues around the state of Florida and beyond, of course, and what we're talking about in hotspots. We find ourselves, history is repeating itself. 40 years ago, the Florida Keys declared their independence and formed the Conch Republic because the same agency that we're crying about put a checkpoint and made everybody go through it and show their papers. And here we are today doing the same thing with people being pulled over, not fearful about what their interaction with people here in Florida are doing. And overall, I would be remiss if I didn't comment and say that there are a lot of people who have friends and family who are affected by this. And they're not just necessarily Hispanic, but or people of Hispanic descent. About a third of the population of the United States is of Hispanic descent. And they're actually just not that politically active in the first place. So this is there is certainly a reaction and political consequences for trying to stifle such a large segment of the population. And if you are in the southwest of the United States, you know what I'm talking about in terms of that. In terms of maybe the largest voting group in America that has never elected a U.S. president, and I think that is kind of the political questions that are out there. And in terms of what's driving some of this conversation, I really like to see what the LNC is doing in terms of an iterative process in developing its positions on immigration. I will say though that immigration enforcement is obviously a reaction for what has happened in the last few years under the Biden administration, and really at the end of the day, it's a core tenet of libertarian thought about if you are sovereign, then you have the right to deny people entry onto your property or deny them control over your own person.
Our individuals' property.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Roos. And we seceded where others failed. I have my Conch Republic flag behind me. And just for anybody's information,
where others failed.
The statement that went out on Saturday by Monday had 3 million views. So we had a lot of hits on that ICE statement. It was really timely. The algorithm swooped it up. And so our position on ICE is very clear. And
what is our position on ICE?
Oh, Amy.
Who said?
Abolish ICE, replace it with nothing.
I'm
Please mute your
in the
microphone.
middle of a meeting.
All right. Anybody else interested in public comment?
Austin, you're part of the board.
Going once, going twice. Mr. Martin, I'll let you do an announcement at the end, but I don't want board members participating in public comment.
I'm tempted to.
All right. If there's no other hands, then
Please,
we'll move on
Kyle,
to
if
the
you wanna do
agenda.
something, do it.
The chair is seeking a motion to adopt the agenda.
I was too late. I should have just
So
done it.
moved.
Sorry.
All right. Is there a second?
I hooked up.
All right. We are now on to discussion. Mr. Dar, if you'll take over for just a second, I promised Mr. Martin I would attempt to, because this happened later in this evening, I did promise I would move for the resolution in support of federal election integrity efforts to be moved to A under new business with previous notice.
We did a live stream on that last night,
Mr.
guys.
Chair,
Please
if
check it out.
it makes it easier instead of trying to
These
pass the gavel, I'd
resolutions
be
are
happy
hot
to
garbage,
make that
for lack
motion.
of a better
Go.
phrase.
Perfect.
And it is it's switching.
The
looking at
language
screen,
in there is
it's
just
switching which ones.
profoundly
B
non-libertarian.
with A, so B would be considered
It's
before
shocking,
A.
even.
Or
Pardon,
B.
actually, I would like to hear the widespread election fraud resolution first, if possible.
Oh, is that the one? Okay, so I apologize. It would be C would be A.
I have asked him for any evidence of this repeatedly and been told repeatedly that I need to go look at the court case.
Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay.
Is there a second?
If I may also, if we could extend maybe 15 minutes on each one instead, that would be really awesome.
Oh my God.
Well, right now we'll deal with dispense with this amendment first. Were you looking to second the motion, Mr. Martin, to consider the item first? Resolution CPK.
I will second that.
All right. Is there any objection? Hearing no objection, amendment passes. We're now back on to discussion. The
I
floor
move
is
that
open.
we extend the time, if I'm recognized. Sorry, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Mr. Martin.
I would move to extend the time on the resolutions to 15 minutes each.
This is just the Austin
I'll
Martin meeting.
object.
Thank
There's
you.
an objection. Is there a
Red Dot
second?
objects.
There is a second.
All right. There's a motion and a second. We are now on to debate on that item. If there is any debate, otherwise we'll just
4
go to a
hours per
vote.
resolution. I want to see some bloodshed tonight.
If I may.
Go ahead, Mr. Martin.
Mr. Chair, thank you. I think this is an extremely important issue. Actually, there's several very important issues on the menu today, and I just want to make sure that we get enough time that it doesn't become an issue that we're fighting over time, because that'll end up wasting more time than if we just allot enough in the first place. I yield.
Ms. Robson to recognize.
I think maybe he just spoke to that, but I was just going to say, if we left it as is and we started to run out of time, we could just make a motion to extend time if need be, correct?
That is an option.
So
It is, but then we would miss out on the time to wait
preemptively
up
give
front.
extra time in case, let's just say we don't need it. I don't know. It can go either way.
No, Mimi, it makes too much
Because
sense.
there was an objection, we'll go and Mr. Buller, go ahead. You're recognized.
Yes, I would say that for me, I would rather keep it the same and then ask everyone to approve any requests to extend time as the items come along, because I do think that these things deserve the time that they need, but we also need to try to keep this moving efficiently.
Debate is not you say what your opinion is, you say why your opinion is what your opinion
I believe
is. So
we're
just
actually
echo
at
the
time
previous
for the
opinion.
agenda consideration. So we'll go ahead and dispense with this motion and then the main motion after that. So all in favor of the Martin amendment to extend the time of each resolution to 15 minutes, please raise your hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
And
3,
Pat
4,
Ford with that
5,
late hit.
6.
Big Pat Ford.
Pat was
All right, put your
saying
hands
something
down.
and didn't realize he had to vote.
That sounds like Pat
Mr.
Ford.
Chair, just making sure you didn't count Travis.
That
was a hand raised. That was somebody who shouldn't be voting.
Oh, I thought that was Mr. Bost.
No.
Okay, so it was 5. All right. Opposed, please raise your
Mr.
hand.
Chair,
Yes.
Oh, it was. I mean, no. Hold on.
I did have my hand raised.
Mr. Bost,
Yes.
because there was somebody just named. Because there's somebody who was
This-
just named Travis.
This is me again.
Okay. Can you re-vote, Mr. Chair? Because
Yeah,
that's not it wasn't Travis Bost. It was just someone named Travis that raised their hand.
All in favor, please raise your hands again. I see 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mr. Ford?
Forgot.
Yeah,
Don't remind him, Evan. You
5.
snooze, you lose.
1, 2, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Goodness
6. Pat
6.
Ford only
gracious.
snoozes.
All LNC members. All right. Lower your hands.
Evan.
All opposed, please raise your hands.
My hand is raised in solidarity with the
One.
opposition.
I can't raise my
as
hand.
per usual.
Okay, so we got Mr. McMahon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, amendment fails.
We're gonna hear it again.
So we'll now
That
move
wasn't
on
an
to the
amendment.
acceptance of the agenda. Is there any objection to the agenda as amended? Hearing none, we have an agenda. All right, we'll move on to standing items, Convention Oversight Committee report and update with Mr. Ford. You have the floor.
Why?
Okay.
Oh God.
We're going to go through a couple things very quickly, and then
No,
we're
it's
gonna
not
go
gonna be
to
quickly.
executive
Okay,
session.
guys, mark it now.
First of all, I want to note, and this
He's
is
got a
important,
spiral bound notebook.
that the
19
early bird
minutes and
discount has
46
been
seconds in, he
extended
begins to
to
speak.
February 21st. That will be the last extension. That will be strict midnight Pacific time, as is our tradition now. A couple of clarifications. First of all, the convention begins and we'll gavel in at Friday, 10:30 in the morning, and we'll gavel out sometime on Monday as needed. You do not have to register for the convention per se. The true registration begins at the state
True
level,
registration is the Friends
and
along the
you
way.
register either as an alternate or as an attendee.
True registration requires
And
real
for
ID
folks who just want to go to the convention,
and
there
a
are
thumbprint
ample
directly sent
opportunities
to
to be an
Donald.
True
alternate.
registration was in our
Attendance to the convention is
Which is why I
free,
couldn't register.
the business section, and there will be a handful of breakout sessions that will be free. Attendance at anything else it does require a package. Those packages are up on the website,
What kind
and
of
we've got about a dozen near finalized breakout sessions that we're going to be adding over the next week or two, in order so that folks get an understanding of what's going to be happening. I do want to formally announce that Sunday evening,
Oh no.
that weekend, there will be a gala. It will start at 7:30 in the evening. Dinner and drinks. The highlight to be a speech by Mr. Nikela as the outgoing chair, and there will be an opportunity for the new chair. Hopefully, we'll be done the 10 or 15 ballots that will necessary to elect a new chair, and that person will be given an opportunity to speak as well. We're contemplating having another speaker, but we found that given the time and the socializing and the fundraising that's going to take place, we're going to have a lot of speakers that weekend. So we think we're just going to be focusing on outgoing, incoming chairs. As far as rooms go, the Wednesday night, the early night that some people are contemplating coming in at the Hilton is sold out, completely sold out. There will not be any other rooms on that Wednesday night. Now we have rooms still available for Thursday night that will get you in time for convention, gavel Friday morning, through Monday night if you choose to stay Monday night as opposed to flying out. Now remember, convention business is probably going to still be going on. And the reason we went to a 4-day convention was to have ample time for
people to
platform
leave
and bylaws, something that we haven't been able to address because of time issues the last couple of
said we're making a
conventions.
motion to
So
adjourn
keep
as
that
soon
in
as the
mind when you're
meeting comes
making
to order on
reservations.
Thursday.
By the way, as people have found out, there is on the LNC 2026 website a help text number that you can text any questions, and someone will probably call you back, and that someone will be me. So that's one of my phones. So you'll have an opportunity to ask me questions. Please don't spend hours trying to figure something out or get frustrated. Or, I mean, if you want to vent online, that's great, but the processes are pretty well worked out. If you have questions or issues, just text me. It's all good. That's why it's there. If you're looking for Wednesday night, we do have some extra rooms at the courtyard. Now there are 4 hotels, count them 4. So if you're a Hyatt person, if you're a Marriott person, or you're a Hilton person, I do recommend getting rooms as soon
Who
as
is a
possible.
Hyatt, Marriott, or Hilton person?
And the reason why is that we have
have the
heavily
means
discounted
to
rates,
decide
139 to
between
You get
142
points.
per night, depending on the venue.
Yeah,
plus
you get
theft.
points based on them.
And
People
that's going to be considerably
go based on
cheaper
that.
than
Hey,
market rate. Market rate for most of the rooms in the
if
area
I'm gonna
are
have to,
already over
you know,
$200.
if I'm gonna do this,
We
I'm
have
gonna,
chosen a
you know, pay all the money
parliamentarian.
for the hotel at the
His name
LNC
is
for
Mr. Whitaker.
International Conventions. I may as
And
well get points for
after
it
an
and maybe
extensive
get a
review
discount.
process, something
Hasn't
that
happened yet.
Mr. DeKale and I will be announcing soon.
I just have
Mr.
all of
Whitaker
them
has graciously
for
offered
free.
to provide some. Now, I know no one in this room and no one in the Libertarian Party feels they need parliamentarian training. As we mentioned to Mr. Whitaker, this will be a unique event because this will be the only event outside of a parliamentary convention where you will have 1,100 parliamentarians. So there will be training. He'll be doing some general classes on social media in order to advance that. Unless anyone has any questions, that's really it for the public session. Any questions that you'd like to carry over in the public? If not, I'm going to move to go into executive session.
All right, there's a motion to move into executive session and a
5
second.
minutes, a very brief
Is there any opposed to moving into executive session at this time?
I generally speaking oppose
Hearing
executive
none,
session.
we'll proceed into executive session. Mr. Secretary, if you prepare the room for us.
Prepare the room. Like, son of a butler.
Just a suggestion, maybe for future agendas, is if we put the executive session portion of this towards the end, it might be a little less disruptive for people who are watching the proceedings.
That's correct.
And then that way, we can put that, session business that can't be observed after they've seen the portion that can. Just a thought.
Charlie, just as a note, I've got you muted until you finish eating.
Check your Discord.
Guys, we'll see you on the flip side. Try not to descend into anarchy while we're gone. Or do.
Before you leave, do you have the first name of that parliamentarian?
No.
Go, Jonathan, go away.
No one's ever heard of them.
They're already gone. Mr. Silver.
Hello.
Hey, I'm making you host. And then I need you to
Send you to the breakout room. I will try.
Yep, add me to the breakout room, please.
Okay.
Oh, and if you can stop or pause the recording.
Okay.
How do I use mute the recording and then
participants?
Kyle, that was a question for you.
Are you're under
Didn't
here
hear
as
you over there.
Libertarian Party?
Yep.
Do you want to mute the recording as they go into an exec session? Look at that. Wow. Hello. You see, what I like about having Jeremy here is that Jeremy doesn't really say things. He's kind of looking off into the distance. It's very like, it really gives me the vibe of us having our own producer. It reminds me of the producer on the Tim Dillon show, who just occasionally like laughs and mutters things. Why is Jeremy muted?
Like, I don't know.
Because he's
I think
listening to clips.
the Joe
Yeah.
Rogan show where he's like, you know, hey Jamie, look that up for me.
Exactly.
You never
Bo
see
Snerdley
Jamie.
on Rush Limbaugh.
Wait,
I like how we
Jeremy's
went to
doing
Rush
the-
Limbaugh there. That's
He's car clipping.
all right, guys. So we're off to a cracking start. Austin Martin has 4, count them, 4 or don't, resolutions on the agenda this evening. We went over 2 of those 4, the 2 most jarring and disturbing on last night's LPA Live. If you haven't given that a watch, please do. I initially thought it was kind of just going to be a procedural, hey, let's look at these resolutions and see whether they're not hot garbage. They actually are rather terrifying, particularly the second, which effectively praises and sanctions, as in a good way, the Department of Justice's threats against Minnesota and attempts to have them relinquish their voter rolls and personal information of individual voters. Yes, it also contains language about us praising the federal government's enforcement actions against non-compliant states. It was a trip to go through those resolutions. And if you would like to go on that very, very disastrous journey retrospectively, please do watch last night's LPA Live and watch me not have entirely done my homework and then be super surprised and have a little bit of a crash out toward the end, about 3/4 of the way through. So yes, Austin Martin has initially moved to extend time on his resolutions because this is Austin Martin's big moment, guys. Like, Austin Martin is an alternate. He is a Region 1 alternate and usually doesn't get to have resolutions heard. He fought to have these here. He's going to milk this like the roosters he can't milk because they don't produce milk. He's going to do that. And so he moved to extend time on all 4 of those resolutions to 15 minutes. There was some debate about, well, why can't we just see how long it's taking and then maybe move to extend time afterwards? So we're going to get at least 2 debates on a motion to extend time. I'm hoping for like 6. I'm in it for the long haul tonight, and I know that our viewers are too. So that's what we went through. Also, Pat Ford made 5 minutes worth of announcements about the convention schedule that could easily have been found online. Yeah, could do a ukulele solo, I think, too. That's where we are. Half an hour into this meeting, there's been a couple failed motions, and Alexa's a bingo card. Alexa, would you like to produce your bingo card and share it with class?
I don't think I have the ability to do that, but you might.
I actually do think you're screen sharing if you got the host link. Otherwise,
I sent it to you, Amanda, if you wanted to pull it up.
Let's see here.
Or any.
We're good. We will figure it out. Aha. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Oh, okay.
I can grab it if you'd like.
You see it? People see it? No?
Yep.
You do. You do
Wait.
see it.
I don't see it. Or, there we go.
Use your eyes.
Are you sharing, Kyle, or am I?
I currently am sharing it.
You're sharing. Okay. Then I'll X out of this. So what have we already got? We've already got let's see.
This
Motion.
space has been embezzled.
Vote on a motion to extend time. Austin Martin speaks out of order. I didn't time Pat Ford. Darn it.
No, Pat Ford, I timed him. He was 5 minutes. I'm not going to allow the more than 5 minutes straight. It was right on the line, but he'll have many more opportunities for it. We did get Spicy Bill.
Oh, I missed the Spicy Bill. Where was that?
Spicy Bill
Beginning.
At the very beginning. He was upset to even be here, and then he very abruptly objected to Comrade Martin's motion to extend time.
JJ tried to speak despite not being allowed to.
Is that on there?
Yep.
Okay, good. Do you know the name?
Rob
of the
Vincent's actually here.
parliamentarian? Rob Vincent is here?
He is?
Is Ben Weir here?
No.
Okay. Evan McMahon has not yet complained.
Michaela
like
mispronounced a word, but I can't remember what it is.
Did he mispronounce a word?
Yes.
I missed it.
But I
What
can't remember
was
what
the
it
word?
is, so I will pretend that it didn't happen yet. I was like, oh, Michaela.
I'm gonna. Okay.
If the allegations of a leftist infiltration aren't made, I will be so fucking surprised. Like, those resolutions are basically that.
Yeah.
Austin attempted to speak out of order, but I don't think he actually did. He attempted to speak during public comment, which he is not the public.
But like, if they had to cut him off, doesn't that? I would think that counts. Unless they
That's fair.
Yeah, unless they just like he tried to, even if he didn't succeed. I am going to like.
Joe Hanoush. I have to pick up dry cleaning on Thursday. Will this meeting still be going on?
Probably.
I'm fact checking that. I don't believe that Joe washes his clothes. Are we able to minimize the bingo cards so that we have it up at all times?
Oh.
Is that something that we can do, Kyle?
Let me see. I think so.
I'm trying to update. Well, yeah, I'm trying to update it. I'm trying to mark it like. But yeah, that's not quite working.
There you go.
I just want to highlight it.
Cover.
Here.
Bingo is more important than seeing the actual meeting.
Oh, I got it. I have my dog tool.
Can
So
we mark
Robert
the bingo
Vincent
card?
actually shows up. We got that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Austin Martin speaks out of order, or Spicy Bill. We have Spicy Bill. What was the word? Or Steve Nikela mispronounced.
Evidently mispronounced a word, but I don't have a confirmation on that, so I don't know if we want to listen to Kyle. Kyle, how would you like this card color coded?
I'm like,
using a red.
I was like, oh, okay. I had like a I was using paint and I had like a daub tool, like to be like, but that works too. Yeah. Like it doesn't, I mean, this meeting isn't classy. And I like that Bill said that. Like, I am ashamed I even have to be here. Like, I feel your shame, Bill. I'm sorry that you have to be there too.
I don't think he said he was ashamed that he had to be there. I mean, maybe he was thinking it, but.
Or, well, he said, or what did he?
He just said here. He said here in a sassy way, and then he objected very quickly to Martin's motion to extend time.
I thought you said he, like, right at the beginning, he was like, I'm sorry, like, I'm disappointed to have to be here.
He sounded disappointed to be here.
Got it. I'm sure I'm pretty sure he is, but okay. Yes, Spicy Bill. And Amanda, you timed Pat Ford.
It was right at 5 minutes, so I'm not going to allow over 5 minutes. I'm going to be charitable, and I'm going to be a strict constructivist in terms of the letter of the bingo card here.
Gotcha.
Phil, the only reason I knew it was red, Phil, is because I went up here and I selected it, and then I hovered over and it said dark red, and I was like, hell yeah! I'm.
Kyle, what color is your shirt?
Pink? I don't know.
You said it was red earlier. You changed your mind?
Pink is red. No.
It's salmon. It's like a salmon color.
Oh, wait. Vote on a motion to extend time. We got to mark that one.
Yes, that happened. I think Sam Buller is wearing a suit, isn't he? I think we saw that.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
I think he's wearing a suit. I'm going to go with Sam Buller wears a suit. Yeah.
Oh,
Text
man.
him.
In which case, we almost certainly have bingo.
Oh, yeah. We just got to get Pat Ford speaking one more time and like promising he's only got a couple things to say. Only got one thing to say.
Yeah, did they start out by being like, this won't be a very long meeting, or were they just not even kidding
No,
themselves this
I don't
time?
think anyone's deluding themselves to that extent. So, you know.
I remember there
Good
was
on that.
Yeah, there was some meeting where Karen Ann's like, we'll get through this really quick, and then it was like over 3 hours.
There was only one time where they were like, that's a 25-minute meeting, and it was right after Nikayla's appointment.
Right, it was Nikayla, and but Karen Ann was still there, so it was like, but yeah, she was like, oh, this will be over in a snap, and then it was not.
Yeah, Phil, I didn't even tell him to use red that time.
Yeah, I just made like a fake daubing tool using Microsoft Paint or whatever the hell it is. But I like this too. I like this is fun. Thank you for indulging me. I made this bingo card thinking, well, it'll make moments like this, like, you know, when they're in their executive session fun.
Oh,
are they back out? I think they're back out. Okay, so we're going to take the bingo card
This
down.
meeting is being recorded.
All right, we are back
it'll come
in
back up
session at
when we need for it
8:03
to.
p.m.
Mhm.
And we
You
are
guys can
moving
hear it,
on
right?
to new
Yeah.
business with previous notice. The new item A is resolution against widespread election subversion, moved by Mr. Lamb. Is there a second?
Am I able to second that?
Technically, Mr. Chair, I think it would be because Mr. Martin is in that seat. It would be moved by Mr. Martin.
Aaron Lamb
You'd have to
showing
say
up with a
he moves it.
was a spot.
Gotcha. So Mr. Martin's actually moving it. So is there a second?
So moved.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Mr. Martin, you can go ahead and speak to your motion.
Yes, thank you. I think this is one of the most important issues facing the United States right now. If we can't trust our elections and election oversight mechanisms, we're in real trouble. And this is an
Haven't
issue
been
that
trusted in over
has
20
affected me
years.
personally as an activist. I witnessed things personally with my own eyes that compromised the security of my county's elections. And when I tried to report them, I was removed from the counting center under threat of arrest, even though I was an official designated observer. I'm not alone in that. There's a lot of observers
Joe,
around
I
the
thought
country
that
who can
Martin
report
was
similar
second.
stories.
Imagining that.
That's how they treat eyes and ears and oversight. And then when we go to the courts and try to uphold the laws, we find that the courts are completely disinterested in doing so. I think there's a lot of things here that speak for themselves, and unfortunately the issue has been politicized, but I don't see this as a left-right issue. I see this as a fundamentally true, untrue fact law-based issue that we need to weigh in on, and we absolutely cannot be silent
We've
on.
known the voting machines
I
are
think
garbage
it's well
since
overdue.
the FBI told
And,
us that in 2005.
you know, we've had
Thank you
public
for your
discussions
attention to
recently
this
about
matter,
bringing
everyone.
something like this to the table. So I hope each of you will support this public policy position.
Reminder that
With
public
that, I'll
policy
rest
resolutions
and
need
happy
a
to answer any
3/4
questions
majority
anyone has about it.
of the LNC.
All
I
right, the
remind
floor
that
is now
public
open
policy
for discussion.
resolutions should be by direct democracy referendum with the membership voting.
Discussion going once. Discussion going
Chatterton
twice.
has his hand up,
Chatterton has his
Stephen.
hand up.
Oh, Mr. Chatterton, go ahead.
Thank you. I wanted to just speak briefly in support. I noticed the trend
This
of
is
these
why
things happening throughout the last
It's
election
supposed to
season,
go
and I think it's a
support
very
against,
important
support
aspect
against, support
to
against.
address
And you
things
never
like
have
this
two
for
of the
voter
same sides,
confidence,
so you
for
don't
people
have this kind of nonsense.
having faith in the system, that we have these things looked into and that people trust elections. Particularly, I think one of the common patterns I saw throughout the election
like a
season
Red Bull.
was that many of these cases were challenged into courts and they were
Sounds like
dismissed
you got
on,
my,
non-merit-based
Adderall
grounds, things
smash.
like standing, or issues that were
What the
observed that were,
prescription?
Like,
in
So if I see
my
more
what is the
opinion,
point of this
seemed pretty
resolution?
credible, although a smaller scale
For
than the
Austin
common
Martin
thing.
to
Oh.
feel really good.
You know, this that may have merit, but it's too small to affect the outcome. And I think
Voting
that
security is
so many of
important.
those things were
Yeah, no
seen
shit.
The
in
sequel to
small
him
scales around the country where,
having
you know, they were just
that
brushed
whole meeting
aside
to
because each
censure
individual
him
one was
for
small,
like
but
10-minute rant
not
and
taking
then
into account the
posted it
potential
all over
for the
Facebook.
widespread nature of all
So
of
that
these
if
corrupt
these motions lose or these
practices
resolutions
affecting
lose, then Austin Martin
outcomes at
can
large.
have further proof that
Mr.
this LNC is corrupt.
So my concern is not with the issue. I think the issue is completely legitimate, needs to be explored, needs to be exploited, needs to be worked alongside of. I just am always looking for a plan that's going to go along with this. I don't doubt the sincerity of the motion, but I think it's time as an organization we need to. What are we going to do besides this? What does it mean? What activism is going to come along with it? What single issue coalitions are going to come along with it? I would just like to see more of that alongside of proposed at the time of these resolutions. Now, you know, notwithstanding the
Pat Ford is absolutely
outstanding
right.
success of the
No, the
resolution
resolutions
put up,
actually
which,
do contain
in all
prescriptions
honesty, I'd object
for
to
interventions,
the very same
and they
reason.
are direct to state
Multi-million
affiliates
hits on
to
an
spend
issue as
most of their
important as this,
time working on this
that's
shit.
impressive, and my congratulations to everyone involved. But
So Pat Ford is
you know,
incorrect on what is lacking here.
what do we do alongside of this? What do we do to make sure that there's actual activity? I just, in closing, very quickly, in negative 4-degree weather, I spent a lovely afternoon during that national strike covering the local political landscape and covering the event that took place in Rhode Island. And they had somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 people show up in negative 4-degree weather, which for a tiny state like Rhode Island is amazing. And not only did people show up and just yell and scream and, you know, bitch, but it was clear that multiple organizations had gotten together and formed single issue coalitions across individual party bounds. And let me tell you, a lot of these Democratic splinter organizations don't play well together. But PSL was there with DSA and WFP, and you know, the whole acronym, the whole range. And there's a plan there. How it works out, who knows? But there was a march, and they actually had a designed march to pressure our federal delegation in Rhode Island, which again, being small, it's easier to do. But again, there was planning there. So again, I'm going to support this, but I think we just need to. We're missing the activism element, and we're missing the coalition building element right now, and that's important. Thank you.
That is actually
Mr. Martin and then Mr. Buller. Mr. Martin.
Mr. Ford, I want to thank you because that is a concern that's near and dear to my heart. And I'd like to loop in the LNC on a little more of what I'm doing on this issue, because you're correct. A statement on its own doesn't really do much. In my next election commission meeting, we are going to expect about 100 people to show up in this meeting on the side of election integrity. They're going to be from Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Independents, Aloha Aina, Native Hawaiians. Every cross segment of society is coming together on this. And as a result of libertarian actions to uphold election law, we are at the tip of the spear in Hawaii. And that's been an amazing position for us. Going forward, we're attacking the Elections Commission with our resolutions. Likewise, we have state party resolutions. National party resolutions will carry serious weight and encourage our good commissioners to keep fighting the good fight and encourage the public that there is a party out there who cares about these issues. Furthermore, there are dozens of bills in my own legislature and across the country that are aimed at actually making the election integrity situation worse. This will help to fight those bills when we show up in the legislature for legislative testimony. And then there are good bills that are aimed at fixing these problems. If politicians know that a huge portion of their swing voters support reform, transparency, and integrity in our elections, they're going to be a lot more likely to do what we want them to do. So I'm looking at this from a how to pressure decision makers in existing activism efforts, but I'd love to see that expand the LP into days of action and mobilization to really put the heat on in those targeted important moments where we need it. And I'd love to connect with you about that because we have irons in that fire already, and I'd love to collaborate.
Mr. Ford?
Oh my God.
I thought.
You're muted, Mr. Ford.
I thought Bowler was next.
Yeah, that's outstanding, Mr. Ruff. That's exactly the type of work we need. If I can make one suggestion, and I put this out in the meeting because it should be done everywhere, whether it be the state who very often videotapes these type of hearings, or your own, preferably your own, whoever's got a really good iPhone, videotaping that and sharing that on social media for two reasons. Number one, it reinforces the message. Number two, it gives clear direction to libertarian affiliates that when we show up with that, we need to share what happened there. And there's all sorts of good things that can happen from that. We can have that conversation offline.
Don't say he's floating away.
When you share that, always remember that when folks testify at legislative or municipal hearings, you're not actually testifying very often to the senators or councilmen because they, quite frankly, don't give a patoot about us. What you're actually playing to are the people who
you
aren't
can say
there.
fuck.
And when you share that elevates libertarians in a lot of folks' eyes as people who are actually seriously engaged in legislation. Please videotape that. Please share those. And keep us posted.
This is when I was in LA.
All right, there's less than a minute left.
For whatever reason, I used the phrase "not gonna do a lick." I've never used that phrase in my life. But 5 a.m. Amanda went with it.
So if that is the case, we can move on to a vote. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
In LA. This is like for an 8 a.m. radio show. I can't even remember what it was about. I think it's probably about the Biden energy bill or something.
Sorry, I was muted. Mr. Bowler.
Pass for me right now.
Okay, Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
I vote yes.
Mr. Dar.
No.
Mr. Dassing.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
Read the resolution, maybe. It's a no.
Ms.
It's a hard
Robson.
no.
Did we lose her?
Sorry, no, I'm here. I thought I unmuted, but I didn't. I actually went through this with my state XCOM, and we are voting no.
Mr. Nebel.
I vote yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
That's a vote for what they're doing in Minneapolis, by the way, right now. That is a vote for
I'm voting no. Mr.
taking
Koffel.
individuals' privacy from them.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
He voted no. You put a yes.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr.
Motion
Thompson.
fails.
No.
Mr. Vinson.
Yes.
Do you want me to come back to you, Mr. Nicola?
I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
Kyle, thank you for
Mr.
that.
Chair,
note.
the vote is 9
what?
yes, 6
I said
no,
thank you.
and 1
Note in the
abstention.
chat.
Motion passes.
Point of
All right.
order.
Is
Point
that
of order.
3/4, Mr. Chair?
not-
Oh,
It's
3/4. So what would the
Steven?
threshold be for 3/4?
There's 17 people,
Good
so
catch.
it's
We had
15.
16?
16.
It'll be 12.
12.
12. All right. Well, in that case,
Fail, yeah.
motion fails for lack of 3/4. Next, we'll move on to item B,
Really
resolution
heinous
urging
motion
non-intervention
and,
against foreign
absolutely
entanglements, moved by
terrifying.
Mr. Martin. Is there a
The
second?
level of support that we saw for depriving individuals of their privacy.
I second.
And
second.
allowing the states
Mr. Martin, would you like to speak to your
invade,
motion?
or sorry, allowing the federal government to invade states.
I will do so briefly. I think this is an issue where we all agree, I think. I appreciate Mr. Thompson's remarks. I'm not sure if I agree with all the edits, but I do see where they're coming from, and I'm flexible. I just want to put something out there that clarifies the party's stance on this matter that's, consistent with what's happening. I expect more interventions are going to pop up, and it would be really nice to have this in our
You
toolkit
just
for, again,
put
legislative
forward a
testimonies
resolution
or
for
other
an intervention.
mobilization action items. So that's my intent, and I'm happy to yield to the wisdom of the committee on how this looks when it comes out.
All right. The floor is now open for discussion.
May I offer an amendment?
Mr. Thompson.
I propose to replace paragraph 4, which begins with, whereas these current interventions and deployments, with language that I will send to Evan so he doesn't have to retype, with, whereas foreign interventions often conducted without
I'm not sure,
formal
Joe.
congressional
I
declarations
don't know
of
if
war,
Austin knows the LP
have
has a platform.
escalated
It's an
tensions,
important question.
contributed instability, come at a tremendous cost to taxpayers, and have led to an erosion of civil liberties.
Yeah, that's
Semicolon,
the other
and.
part of the equation.
Second.
All right. There's a
should
motion and
probably
a
do a thing
second.
where we
We
just
are
go
now
through the
on
platform at
discussion
some
on
point.
the amendment.
Yeah.
Can we take a brief recess, Mr. Chair, while I wait to get that language?
Certainly.
Let me know when you've sent that to me, whoever you are, Mr. Thompson.
You should have it in Signal.
Okay.
Would you prefer that I email it?
I would. That way there's also a record of it. Oh, yeah, if you could send it to me via Signal, and I'm not counting the one that was sent to me by somebody else. That way I've got the record of Mr. Thompson sending it.
Amendments to the resolutions before this meeting on the LNC public list.
It has been emailed.
Thank you, sir.
It's the exact same amount.
I'm going to put it up on the screen, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Also, is this the next resolution, or is this still the? Are we still in the first one?
This is the second resolution. The
second.
first one
Okay.
failed for lack of majority, or lack of 3/4.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I was. They didn't like say what the next. They didn't like announce what the next bill was. So it was like, wait.
This is a
All right.
resolution.
There's a text on the screen. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Is there any objection to the amendment? Hearing no objection, amendment passes. We're now back onto the main motion and on discussion.
This is
May
the
I do one more, please?
resolution.
Go ahead, Mr. Thompson.
Condemning Fourth Amendment.
Also email it to Evan.
Funnily enough,
It will be to replace
This is
paragraph 4,
the prior one supported.
which is whereas no foreign conflict, no matter how portrayed, justifies sacrificing American sovereignty or the principles of limited government enshrined by the founders. Would replace it with, whereas no foreign conflict can justify violations of human liberty or the expansion of unjust power.
All right. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Question, Mr. Thompson. What paragraph, and are you replacing the entire paragraph, or is this an addition? I'm sorry, I didn't.
It is paragraph 6, I believe. Let me count. Sometimes I don't know numbers. It is paragraph 6.
And is it the entire
replaced
paragraph?
with, yes.
Okay, thank you. And have you emailed it to me already?
I have.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing so I can access my email.
Mr. Martin?
Yes, I would like to speak to the amendment if it's not out of order.
It's in order at this time. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I do object to this amendment. I don't object to the inclusion of the language, but I do object to the substitution of the language. The reason why is that whether we ideologically agree on the concept of national sovereignty or not, it is a fact that currently exists in our legal framework that the rest of America and the rest of the world acknowledges whether we agree or not. So I think it's an important thing to stand by because a lot more is at stake than just individuals getting,
on this
killed on a
principle
battlefield.
for over 50
This is
years.
a much bigger
As a
issue
party,
that could
you do
redraw
not get to
political
change
boundaries, that could change our way of
party
life, and that
because
could
of
take
your
away our
own
self-determination,
personal beliefs.
whether by
You don't
foreign
like it?
power
Go to
or
Grand
by
Rapids,
domestic
get
subversion through
2/3
the
and change the
military-industrial complex. So I'm passionate to keep the language of national sovereignty, not because of a philosophical commitment to the idea of collective sovereignty, but because of the necessity to make this an effective resolution. I yield.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Is there, Mr. Thompson, you have the floor?
Yeah, I would just argue that national sovereignty is collective sovereignty.
Thank
right?
you.
And sovereignty is defined as the supreme, absolute, and uncontrollable power residing within a state. I oppose that as a concept. If it were individual rights we're supporting, that's fine.
By the way, everyone who voted
resolve
in
to
favor of the
support
previous
national
resolution
sovereignty.
does support that. Everyone.
Mr. Martin, go ahead.
If I may respond, I don't think that the purpose here is to ideologically uphold the idea of national sovereignty in general, but to point out that this idea does exist and is at stake whether we oppose it or not. And in this case, it would not be a net benefit for liberty for us to lose national sovereignty, right? And I think that's important and worth standing up for. Otherwise, we allow the ideological perfect to become the enemy of the good.
False dichotomy.
Any further discussion?
We do not
Austin
stop
has his
being a
hand
country.
permanently up. I
Seeing
do find
none,
that funny.
we'll go ahead and vote on this amendment. All in favor
We do not
of the
stop
amendment,
being a
please raise your
country
hand.
because we don't
Do you wanna
brutalize
do a
immigrants.
roll call?
That is such the
For the amendment?
stupidest fucking
Yeah.
argument I've ever heard.
Since
Absolutely.
there was
stupid.
objection.
I was just going to do a show of hands.
I'd prefer a roll call if that's okay.
Okay.
I have it ready to go.
Okay.
Is this about brutalizing immigrants or is this about
Better
voting
use it.
violations?
On the amendment.
Mr. Bowler.
No, the resolution itself.
Yes.
This is,
Oh,
and
oh,
this
it
is
is.
on the amendment.
I'm asking. I don't.
Whereas no to amend paragraph 6 to read as follows.
is-
Whereas no foreign conflict can justify violations of human liberty or the expansion of unjust power.
Yeah, I don't
Mr.
think
Bowler.
this is about the.
Yes.
I don't think this is
Mr.
one of the ones
Boss.
about elections.
Pass.
Mr. Chatterton.
I vote no on the amendment.
Mr. Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Dassing.
No.
Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford.
Pass.
That's a big thing.
Ms. Robson.
That's
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Mr. Neville.
I vote yes.
Mr. Martin.
I vote no.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
So can we discuss Phil's comment that like
vote yes.
Evan won't check his
Mr.
email
Koffel.
because he's sending him
Yes.
feet pics?
Mr.
We
Redpath.
filled this out with
Yes.
everyone.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
We keep
I
telling him
feel
free picks are not the way to
Mr.
make
Vincent.
money.
No.
But he's got to like start charging, but
Mr. Chair, do you
he
want
just
me to
doesn't
go
have the
back to-
self-esteem to realize
gonna
how
abstain.
expensive those feet are. They're glorious. The
Mr.
feet of the
Boss.
God King Mongol.
I will abstain.
Mr. Ford.
Do you know there's
I'll abstain.
there's a version of Wikipedia called
Mr. Chair, the
Wikipedia.
vote is 9 yes, 4 no's, and 3 abstentions.
I was very
The ayes have
disturbed.
it. Amendment passes.
I like the
We're now back on to the main motion. Mr. Thompson.
I'm sorry. This is the last one, I swear. I emailed it to you already, Evan. Under the "Be it further resolved" clause, item 1, move to replace it with immediately cease the initiation of force and fraud, both domestically and abroad.
Second.
Give me 1 second, Mr.
isn't him amending an amendment?
No,
Or these
this is
Mr. Thompson.
a new amendment.
Give me 1 second. 943.
Kyle, this is a different resolution. This is not one of the this is not one of the voter fraud resolutions.
Mr. Chair.
I know.
Yes, Mr. Martin.
For the record, can we read the original language that is being replaced or put it on the screen?
Does anybody have that language in front of them?
Yeah, it is immediately cease all military aid, arms, sales, and intelligence sharing that prolong foreign conflicts.
Which one is this one? A resolution urging non-intervention?
It is bullet point 1 under the "Be it further resolved" clause.
Hold on 1 second. Let me share this screen.
And this amendment would replace that language, correct, Mr. Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion and a second. We're now on to debate. And
Hold on. There was a request to see the original language.
Please.
So that needs to happen first. Which paragraph is this?
It is item number 1.
Top of the second page.
No, I'm sorry. If you scroll down, literally
this one.
labeled 1 there.
Okay. How did you list this item? Okay, we'll do item 1.
Yeah, this resolution I would vote no on,
Are we
but
on the
I
same
don't
page?
consider it
Sorry.
grounds for
So it's this item, immediately cease all military
my
aid,
distancing
arms sales,
myself
and
from anyone if they
intelligence
vote
sharing,
yes.
prolonged conflicts.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair, but
All right.
And did you email me?
unless I missed something in reading it.
I'm going to go with Mr. Martin and Mr.
don't think
Bost.
so.
Mr. Martin, go ahead, because we only have about a minute left on this.
Thank you. I think the most salient of Mr. Thompson's objections to this language was about intelligence sharing. If we knew of an attack on London, shouldn't we warn them? Of course we can. But the question is, do we want the CIA doing that without oversight, or do we want them to do it through our public officials? By stripping this language, I believe it significantly weakens
Sometimes
this
these public
resolution.
officials
You're
don't
never
have the
going to
control
get
that
easy
the
fixes.
CIA
because
does.
these are the tools that drag us into the conflicts in the first place. The founders said, no entangling foreign alliances, entanglements. That's what we
That's
should be
not
standing
quite what we
for,
said.
and that's why number 1 is to reduce foreign entanglements. I yield.
Mr. Bost, 20 seconds.
Will
Not
and
Yes, I think the
David
original
podcast.
language actually directly addresses the topic of the entire resolution,
And
whereas
it's
the
specifically
replacement is just a generic,
known as
although
the
important,
doctrine of
libertarian statement
unstable
that does not
alliances,
directly
which is a very
speak
different
to
thing.
the resolution. I would offer that if it comes to it, that we include both statements,
is
but I would
made up
prefer we
to
keep the
extent.
original. Thank you.
Confirmed.
All right, we are at time. So we'll go ahead and move on to a vote on all items. So we'll go ahead and start with I'm assuming a ballot on this one. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
This is on the
Just mispronounce that.
amend
Anyways.
item 1. Immediately cease the initiative of force and fraud, both domestically and abroad. Mr. Buller.
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
No.
Mr. Chatterton.
I vote no.
Mr. Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Dassing.
No.
Mr. Ford.
No.
Ms. Robson.
Yes.
Mr. Nebel.
I'll vote no.
Mr. Martin.
No to intelligence sharing in the CIA.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
No.
Chair Nikala.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Chair, the votes are 8 yes, 7 no, and 1 abstention.
All right, the ayes have it. We're now back on to the main motion as amended, and we'll proceed directly to a vote.
Give me 1 second.
Beyond that, that speech is literally about how we shouldn't back France, and then we should back the UK as they attack France. It was literally a speech about how we are closer to the British, and so we should back the British in basically imperialism. Like, I'm so tired of that being misused. It's very frustrating.
Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
You guys are seeing my voting screen, correct?
Yes.
Mr.
It's
Boss.
supposed to have the naked people, right?
Don't joke. Mr. Bost.
Although we just weakened it, yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
I vote yes.
Mr. Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Dassing.
Sorry, pass.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
Yes.
Mr. Nebel.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
I said I'd support it even if the CIA kneecapped it. So no surprises here. I'll vote yes.
Mr. McGee.
I'll vote yes.
I'll vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
As a CIA agent, apparently, I vote yes.
Mr. Vinson.
Yes.
Mr. Nikala, would you like me to come back to you?
I'll vote aye.
Mr. Dassing.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 15 yes, 0 no, and 1 abstention.
All right, motion passes. Next is resolution in support of federal election integrity efforts, moved by Mr. Martin. Is there a second?
This is another heinous one.
Yes,
This is
I'll
another
second.
compromise
All right,
the
Mr. Martin, floor is
privacy
yours.
of individuals and invade states
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
to get individual information.
I appreciate that there may be some concern from those on. I mean, I'll be honest. I think there's a lot of politicization happening around the election integrity issue.
There is.
I want to try to cut through that if I can. This is a narrowly focused resolution that focuses on our state party's ability to access election data. This is absolutely critical. My
It
state
focuses
party
on
cannot access
the
the state voter
national
rolls, despite the law
government's
saying we're allowed
ability.
to. And we're hardly alone. And even in states where they say, oh, you can access this, they make you jump through a million hoops, and the data they provide is often deeply flawed and not very useful.
I know you read
This
the
is
resolution
actually
that
against the
ChatGPT
law.
wrote for you,
And
Mr.
one
Martin,
of
so I
the
don't know why you're
checks
misrepresenting it
in
now.
the United States against unconstitutional and illegal actions by the state governments is the federal voting laws that are currently trying to be enforced by the DOJ. So this is something that's happening right now that we could weigh in on in a very nonpartisan, straightforward sense. Some of you may remember that before I was elected to the LNC, there was an email exchange about my inability to access these very records
Yes,
in
because
Hawaii.
you're asking the wrong
And the DOJ
people,
was
as John
on that
Conte
exchange.
confirmed.
And I believe that that exchange, especially given the timeline and the nature of their complaint, directly led to the suits that are occurring now. I have candidates that weren't able to get their data, and this is a problem that goes back for years. And again, this affects a plethora of states, many of which are mentioned in the resolution. It does not address the widespread issue of election fraud and election failure. It does not even attempt to talk about any of that. This is really just about letting our state parties have the data they need.
No, it is
to
about letting
plan
the federal
elections.
government have state
So
data
I
and
really hope
individuals'
that
data.
we can not
And this has
allow
nothing to do
partisan
with the party.
concerns to
I
muddy
would
the
like
water
there
on
to
this
be
because our
sharing,
candidates need
data sharing
data.
within the
And
party.
if we're going to spend all this money on
between
ballot access
national and the states.
and
I was
not get
working
the
hard to
free data, that would
do
make all of
something
that
to
cheaper and
hopefully make
easier.
that
I mean,
happen.
it just seems like
States have access
this
to
is a
that.
basic
But that's
responsibility to
different.
me. We need to weigh in on this, and we
It's
need to
different.
carry this torch forward. And
By the way,
that's
Alexa,
my
if you
opinion.
have
So
earbuds, that's
even
going to
though
make
I
your
know we
audio a
weren't
lot
in
better.
three-quarters agreement
Because you kind
on
of
the election
break in and out
integrity
sometimes.
resolution we heard before, this one is a lot more narrowly tailored, and I think is a lot less potentially political,
It
but
is
still
not
really
narrowly
important
tailored.
and has the potential to really move the needle for liberty
Also,
and
he's
let our
moved,
state
like, a
parties
few
be
inches
able to
back from his
up their
camera 'cause
game.
he just feels like
So
a
I know I'm
creep.
representing a lot of state chairs who have talked to me personally about this issue and asked me to bring this before you guys. So I really hope that it will get a favorable consideration
You are
today.
banking on
Thank
no
you.
one having read this.
Thank you, Mr.
I don't
Martin.
know whether you've
Mr.
read
Thompson,
it, Austin,
and then
quite
Ms.
frankly.
Robson. Mr. Thompson.
I know you're not in the habit of writing.
I was going to
things
request if we could
submit.
get the text of the resolution on the screen, please,
Thank
to
you.
review. Because two of the resolutions were somewhat similar, and I think that I'm keeping them straight. I just want to be sure.
Thank you.
And also, if this is in fact that resolution, would Mr. Martin be able to cite the federal law that requires states to provide us with voter lists?
Oh, yes, they are cited in the first and second whereas provisions in the resolution, including the Civil Rights Act, the HAVA Act, and
I love that
other
now
relevant portions of
The,
election
for
law.
the
the
Civil
Civil
Rights
Rights Act requires my state to give me a free voter list?
It requires, if you want me to quote the language, I can pull it up for you, but I believe it requires that they provide certain kinds of public records and that have been determined by the
That is
courts
a
to apply
space
to
on the bingo
elections.
card.
It is also the provision under which these lawsuits are being brought and a provision that I cited in my own suit.
Mr. Martin, just which one is this? Is this the widespread election or the suit resolution? This is the
suit resolution.
better
It is
know
a
'cause you voted in
resolution
favor of one.
supporting enforcement
Actually, I
of
didn't.
election law. That's it.
I'm just trying. I'm unable to open Adobe Acrobat right now. So I'm trying to
It's George Soros.
do this.
He's in
I can say a few words if you need a minute.
No, I've got to. It sucks because the way I've got to open it is.
I have to
like
agree with
this.
Chuck. Maybe Austin would get more support here with the ukulele
We'll
solo.
be at ease until you can find it and put it on the screen.
Oh no, I've got it.
Yeah.
It's just not
I've
easily
heard worse
readable, so I'm
ideas.
opening it via the email. Because Adobe Acrobat's not opening for me. So this is the language.
Does this count as complaining?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Evan McMahon
If I may, Mr. Chair.
complains.
Go ahead, Mr. Martin.
There are numerous provisions in the Civil Rights Act, which is kind of a large section of law that deal with public records disclosure. And those are relevant to the elections question along with others. And those are up on in that first paragraph at the end.
We have 5 minutes remaining. I'm going to go to Mr. Robson, followed by Mr. Vincent and Mr. Chatterton. Ms. Robson.
Okay, thank you for the Ms. because you called me Mr. a second ago.
I apologize.
Counts as mispronouncing.
All right. I just
it does? Okay.
So I
was
I
like,
agree
misread.
with this for the most part, but like I went to my state executive committee because of course I represent exactly one state, and we don't have this issue here, and they're feeling uncomfortable. They think that this should be a state-by-state issue. It shouldn't be the LNC making a general statement because it's not necessarily the case in all states. And in California, you can actually get the voter rolls very easily. And as a political party, we get them for free. So
this is about giving the rolls to the federal government
here than it is in Hawaii, obviously. But I think that it really should be a state-by-state issue, not a LNC issue. And I think that we can be supportive of the states as far as ballot access, but I don't think that we can make a blanket statement against all states saying that they are violating these laws when not all states
I am begging people to read
I
this
will be
resolution.
voting no on direction of my state, but I wanted to explain because I understand that this is a big issue for a lot of states. So I just wanted to explain that.
Mr. Vincent.
Yeah, here in Florida, we don't have an issue getting our voter registration data, but it is very helpful. And I will be voting yes because it is helpful to the states that don't have it. And as the LNC, I think we should take a stand and help these states that don't have this available to them. And although you're representing your state here on the LNC, everyone, you are also representing the party. This overall helps the party.
Nationalized
I don't
elections
see
and the federal government seizing your
state argument
private information helps
holding
the
any
party.
water here. Just because
If
your
y'all think
state
I'm
is doing
overreacting,
good
you can
doesn't
read
mean
the
you can't help
resolution.
other states and help the party as a whole. That's just how I see it. Help others out, help Austin out, and help these states get the data so we can send email blasts to all these libertarians
This
that aren't even hearing from
resolution
us. Doesn't
is
make sense to vote
literally
no on this.
what Trump's
Doesn't make
admin
sense at all.
demanded in
Mr.
Minnesota
Chatterton?
to get ICE to withdraw.
Yep.
Thank you. So in similar spirit to the last comment, but to add a few more angles, I think that this situation is very relevant for the LNC to take action on. This is involving specific federal actions that are enforcing this matter. It's relating directly to specific federal legislation that's been cited and is cited in the bill in in the resolution in more detail. And furthermore, it's directly involving a member of this board, Mr. Martin, I think, is entitled to receive this information under the laws in his state and was denied it upon extensive requests. And that's being denied to the detriment of one of our affiliates. And as was brought up on one of the earlier resolutions, we need to consider, I think, the power of the national party to put this issue out there and stand behind it, to recognize that we expect these things to be enforced everywhere in the country, regardless of whether it's affecting every state. It's affecting many states, and it's very narrow, it's objective.
It's
I would
not
encourage
narrow,
any
it's
of
about the
those
federal
who
government
are
taking
having
your data.
reservations about this, if it doesn't affect their states, to maybe
This is-
consider an abstention instead of a no vote, to help us achieve the 3/4 policy, as this is a very relevant statement, and I believe it's something very important for the LNC to be in support of.
Mr. Bost, and then Mr. Bowler, and then Mr. Thompson, because I want to get the people that haven't spoken yet. We only have a minute and 15 seconds left.
I withdraw. I think most of my comments have been covered.
Thank you.
Mr. Bowler?
Yep, Alabama's been impacted by this before. We even had our own lawsuit against the state. There's a bill that may make things better for our state, but I'll be voting yes because I do think this is an important issue.
Mr. Thompson and then Mr. Martin. Oh, Mr. McMahon, actually. Mr. Thompson, have you already spoken?
Not on this.
I believe I did at the beginning, yes.
Okay, let me go Mr. McMahon and then Mr. Thompson. Mr. McMahon. You're muted, Mr. McMahon.
My only concern is the language up at the very top that talks about the DOJ lawsuit filed and pending.
If that's
we don't
your
know
only
what
concern,
those
that's a
are,
concern for me.
and I am concerned that it is an effort to require Minnesota to give voting records to the Department of Justice.
Thank you.
I've seen that. It was actually requested here in Indiana by the Justice Department and DHS, and our Secretary of State and our governor capitulated to it, which I think was inappropriate. They just handed it over. So that is my concern. That is my major concern. I do believe state parties should be able to access. I believe locally, you should be able to go as an individual and see who's registered to vote, who's not registered to vote. But I have concerns with that language as it is, and that's it. I'll yield.
I apologize, we are at time. So we'll be moving directly into a vote.
By 10 minutes.
Motion to extend time.
Move to extend time by 10 minutes, please.
Objection.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Motion to extend time by 10 minutes. Is there any discussion?
Yes.
Mr. Bost, did you speak to recognized?
Yes. At the near the end of time, questions were raised concerning portions of the resolution, and I think answers may be forthcoming. I believe we should give the time to respond to the concerns that were raised.
Mr. McGee?
Again, going back to
This is on the question of
It's not
extending
germane to
McMahon's
the motion.
concerns, I think, yes. On the question of extending time, I think there are very relevant questions raised by Mr. McMahon that I would like to potentially explore so that we can make this resolution something that we can all agree on. That may not happen, but I would like to entertain it.
Mr. Chatterton?
I'll be very brief, as I think we've moved pretty efficiently through the other resolutions, and this is the only one where we've had reasonable topics to continue, so I would encourage everyone to support a few extra minutes.
Is there any chance Mr. Martin would amend it to 5 minutes as a response? I don't think that 10 minutes is needed for a response.
It's already been moved and seconded, so we'll have to take it as is unless there's a motion to amend the motion to extend time.
I'd make that motion.
Is there a second to amend the motion to extend time to 5 minutes?
Second.
Motion to
Is there
amend
any
the
objection to that amendment?
on our bingo card.
Hearing no objection to the amendment, we're now back on the amendment, which is to extend time by 5 minutes. Is there any objection? I know, Bill Redpath, you made an objection earlier. If there's no objection.
I'm not objecting now.
Okay, all right, we're extended for 5. Mr. Martin, you have the floor.
Thank you. I'd love to address some of the concerns raised. First of all, with regard to federal access, we're not giving them any data they don't already
It is
have.
literally
This is just
in
about
the
accountability
resolution.
for what the states claim they have. There's an important difference there. We're not giving the federal government some unaccountable list here, right? And this
It
is
is
important too. The
a
federal and
clause in
state
the
laws
resolution.
of all 50 states require that the states do provide this data not only to us, but to the federal
Resolution, the
government
text
as
of the
well.
resolution.
So I don't see any good reason, I mean, other than the principle of I don't like handing any data over to them either. But in this case, it's pretty clear that the law requires that. And so the DOJ has put themselves in the same position as us.
Libertarians,
asking
they
for the
love
same
following
data
the
we're
law.
asking
They
under
love
the
following
exact
federal
same
law.
laws and exact same standing. So that gives us an incredible opportunity. Two, I'd like to address Ms. Robson's concerns and the state of California's concerns. I strongly disagree with the idea that a state can take on this issue alone because it is a national law. It is a federal action. It is a federal
There's also
initiative
a
that
part in that
affects all the
resolution that
states,
says federal law
and especially those that are
that
not
national has to
complying with the
tell the
sections of
states
law
how to
that
spend
make
most of their
California
time,
so
which is on this
successful.
particular effort.
California is a
Read
great
the
example
resolution.
that because you guys have this stuff and this is not a problem for you, you're able to reach a lot more libertarians. And voting, I would just kind of re-encourage you along with what Mr. Vincent said about if you think that this is something that doesn't affect your state and you're inclined to vote against it, I would encourage you to abstain because other state parties badly need this data. And it's good for
There
us
are other ways to
overall
word a
to make this
resolution on
happen.
that,
So
and you well
if there's
know
any
it.
other questions, I'm happy to address them. Otherwise, I'll yield the floor.
Mr. Chatterton and then Ms. Robson, and I'm not sure whose hand came up after that, but we'll get to it. Mr. Chatterton, Ms. Robson.
I'll be very brief again. I think I understand and appreciate the concern raised by Mr. McMahon about the potentially broad statement of the pending lawsuits, but I would point to later in that paragraph that it does paint a very narrow scope with the other provisions included, that it's only referring to the suits that are specifically encroaching on the provisions that are cited in those laws that are there. So I think that would generally narrow and prevent the concern
Blatantly
where
lies.
Read the
requests that would not
resolution.
be
It's 2
called for under
pages.
those matters to be not in scope of what we're endorsing. So
Ms. Robson.
Okay, so I just wanted to kind of respond as far as one of the things that was said is that, I should vote however and not necessarily represent my state. I take exception to that because that's not, in my opinion, what I am here for. But I just want to say that, one of the concerns that was brought up is that this is basically and this is by my state, asking the feds to solve problems that may or may not exist. And they may or may not exist in one state or another. This is the reason why, it may sound lame, but I did go to my state executive committee before this. I am possibly inclined to abstain because of the compelling arguments that have been made. I'm not saying for sure because I'm actually in chat with people, but I do appreciate that this is a problem for other states. It's just, I wanted just to explain,
we have the
going up
text
to me
if
saying I
you want to
shouldn't
read it,
listen to
Amanda.
my
but I
state,
will
I
read it.
Okay,
don't
is
like
that Sharing the
that
screen.
inference, but I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I take.
I missed it.
And I will vote the way that I feel is appropriate.
I missed it. Kyle, if you're able to share it again.
Mr. Boss and then Mr. Thompson.
Okay.
We have a minute, 15 seconds left.
Yes, Chris, I didn't take any comments to construe that Ms. Robson should not follow the will of her state, but that maybe her state was wrong. And I don't remember what else I was going to say because that came up at the last second and then I lost my train of thought. So next person.
Mr. Thompson?
Hey, so I still don't think there's a federal law that gives me free voter lists. Like I know some states do that. I don't think there's a national law that gives me free voter lists. It'd be nice though.
This
On
would
the
tank
Department of Justice
anything
lawsuits, 2 judges have
that we
said that the
acquired
DOJ's actions were
through
not
the ICE
following
resolutions
the
at
law.
the national level.
And if that is the case, then the Libertarian Party, by doing this, would be supporting illegal actions.
Thank you.
The Minnesota situation with ICE is largely about coercing states to get these voter records. And I don't think that we should even adjacently support what's happening there. And despite being a CIA agent, I don't think the federal government should police voter records this way.
Damn right.
I am
Damn
supportive of our state affiliates getting access to voter rolls. That
And we are
part's
at
good.
time.
I don't think that the rest of the resolution. Oh wait.
All right, we are currently at time.
This feels very self-serving, but since my
We'll proceed to a vote.
name is attached
Whenever you're ready, Mr.
to the
Secretary.
names of some of the people who might vote on this, and I don't know how they're going to
Mr.
vote.
Bowler.
I
Yes.
denounce I votes on this.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
I do not want to
Mr.
associate
Chatterton.
Yes.
in terms of policy
Mr.
and
Dar.
ticket with I votes on this. I condemn those votes.
You muted yourself in your answer, Mr. Dar.
No.
Mr. Dassing.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
Pass.
Mr. Neville.
Mr.
Mr.
Abstain.
Martin.
One second.
Martin's
Sorry.
implication.
Yes. 1 second. Sorry.
Mr. McGee.
Abstain.
This is gonna fucking pass.
I'm concerned with the DOJ portion. I'm sorry. I'm voting no. Mr. Koffel.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Oh,
Mr.
thank
Vincent.
God.
Yes.
That's 5.
Sharon Kayla, would you like me to come back to you?
I'll abstain.
Ms. Robson.
This requires 3/4.
Yes.
Abstain.
What is 3/4 on 12? Well, I don't think it's enough, but
It's not.
9.
That's in 12 is
9. Motion fails for lack of 3/4. All right, right into item number D, which is Mr. Watkins' motion, but he is not here to move it. So we'll move on to announcements.
I'll move it.
You want to move it?
Yeah.
There's a motion to move Mr. Martian. Might as well be Mr. Martian. Mr. Watkins' Mars resolution.
There's Joe's
I guess we're trying to get Elon
Mars
back.
motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Martin, would you like to speak to the Mars resolution?
Mr. Chair.
Mr.
Point of order. Mr. Watkins didn't actually submit a resolution. He just said in his email that he wanted a quote Mars resolution for 40 minutes. There was no text.
I think it was a joke.
I'll object to the consideration of the question.
Point of information, he did actually submit the resolution text. And I think
I will object to the consideration of the question.
Okay, there's a motion
Second.
to object to the consideration of the motion.
I'll second Mr. McGee's motion.
All right. So we'll need to move on to a vote on the objection to the consideration.
they get a chance to.
Alexa, if you can put in earbuds, because your audio keeps on breaking in and out.
Could we consider a hands vote, perhaps?
I think it would need to be, well, we probably do a ballot because it's substantive.
I don't even know what the Mars resolution is supposed to say.
Are you guys seeing my ballot screen?
Yes.
Okay. Ready when you are, Mr. Chair.
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Bowler?
Yeah.
Mr. Bost?
Abstain.
Mr. Chatterton?
Abstain.
Mr. Dar?
Yes.
Mr. Dassing?
No.
Mr. Ford?
Abstain.
Ms. Robson?
Robson, yes.
Mr. Neville?
No.
Mr. Martin?
Pass.
Mr. McGee?
Aye.
I vote aye. Mr. Koffel?
Yes.
Mr. Redpath?
Yes.
Do we have Alexa?
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Mr. Vinson?
Yes.
Mr. Nikhil, would you like me to come back to you?
I vote aye.
Mr. Martin?
I'll vote no.
Okay, Mr. Chair, the vote
Yes.
to object to consideration is 10 yeses, 3 noes, and 3 abstentions.
Motion passes. The objection passes. Who's speaking?
Mr. Chair, if it's okay, I'd like to make an announcement at the end.
Okay, we are on announcements. So, Mr. Martin, you are recognized.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we just got to see an amazing thing. We got to see the protection of military spending, intelligence sharing, and foreign aid.
My God.
And we got to see the shoot down of efforts to give state parties
Nationalization
their
of
basic
data.
votes. In fact, we saw California asking, very likely, people in Adrian Malagon's circle who originally shot down our complaint, which triggered these DOJ lawsuits, in my opinion. I think this is extremely dangerous. I think that we're intentionally not doing things that we should be doing for reasons other than what's good for the party. And I'm extremely concerned by that. No one's trying to coerce anyone's votes, and asking states to
They
abstain who
literally are.
may have a
And
problem with other states
the resolution
simply trying to get
contained
voter data for their
verbiage
candidates that they're legally
to
entitled
the
to,
effect
that these
of
other
allowing
states
the
have,
federal government to
is mind-blowing to
compel
me, but not
states to
surprising,
forfeit
sadly.
individuals'
And I hope that people remember this at Grand Rapids, that you're hearing a lot of noise and a lot of mockingbird bullshit. But the truth is that the business is on the table. These guys don't want to do anything, and they definitely don't want to protect your rights. They don't want to protect your election.
Why is
They want to
Nikhil not
control
shutting
the
this down for
LNC,
attacking?
and they want to make sure
I
that it
think
is
Nikhil is
managed as
probably
a
laughing too
movement which
loud.
is
Stop
useful
laughing
to
too
the
hard.
Democrats, to Antifa, and it keeps Republicans away, keeps us from building our base
Mr.
over
Martin,
time.
Allegations
I
of
would
leftist
ask that
infiltration.
whatever announcement you make,
Mark
please
that off on the
be
bingo card.
within the.
It's there.
Confines of the policy manual?
Yeah.
I just think that supporting the CIA should be outside.
Yeah, but could you just like
That's
shut up?
you son of a bitch.
You know,
Everybody behave.
Yeah.
Yeah, but could you just
I
like
have
shut
the
up?
floor, and I don't see any kind of germanity enforcement on this announcement. We just saw what happened. You all just saw what happened. Think what you will of me. Think what you will about all the caucus drama bullshit, right? That is exactly how the intelligence agencies infiltrate and control political organizations. It's exactly what they do. And they have manuals on it. And you are watching these things play out before your eyes. And so I urge you as delegates, as people, to remember this and remember that unfortunately, no politician, myself,
We'll read the
anyone
text
on
of the
this board,
resolution,
anyone
Austin,
that
in
you
case
vote
anyone's
for is safe
concerned
from the pressures
about what
and
people voted
dangers that
against.
come with being a decision maker.
We'll read
and having
after
that
this
power.
meeting
It takes a lot
adjourns.
of character to resist that. And when you do, they attack you for it. They'll make up stuff. They'll totally fabricate
they'll make
fake
stuff up. They will.
objections that make absolutely no sense just
yes,
to stop
true.
you libertarians from expressing your voice. I wrote the policy that got us millions of hits on ICE. And yet these guys and their friends call me an ICE supporter.
You
Let
are
that
an ICE
sink in.
supporter. You routinely say that ICE
Policy,
is good.
the policy that went out, the resolution that went out today that Mr. Martin wrote on ICE.
He fucking
The one that went out, they got
talked about
millions of
earlier
hits,
in
was
this.
the one I put out on
That
Saturday.
it's
Mr. Robson,
unfortunate that ICE is brutal,
this is
he
Mrs.
didn't-
Robson,
this is just a
and then
response
Mr.
to
McGee,
passport.
then
He didn't
Mr.
write that
Ford.
resolution.
Miss Robson. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is.
No.
I don't know either. It's Ms., but whatever. I just want to.
Mr. Rhodes.
This is an announcement. I guess it's an announcement. I
Saying-
believe that Mr. Malagon is living his best life. He has nothing to do with the California Party, and he certainly has nothing to do with me. So my announcement is that that last thing about Mr. Malagon having somehow to do with anything that I said or did tonight. Yeah, I haven't talked to him, and I think he's living a better life. Thank you.
Mr. McGee.
So my announcement is since the effort that Mr. Martin has taken in crafting these resolutions that. Say what?
Go ahead.
Am I muted? Okay,
No, you're
sorry. I would like to say that I sincerely appreciate the initiative that Mr. Martin has taken in crafting these resolutions, and I think he's moving in the right direction. I think the issue here is we should probably workshop the exact language. There's a reason why the policy manual requires that there be 3/4 agreement among the committee before we actually pass any such resolution. And I would encourage him, if he's genuine in wanting us to actually adopt these resolutions, to just let's work offline and put something together we can all agree with and get this going. I mean, I really appreciate his energy here. So that's all I have to say.
I don't.
Mr. Ford?
Yeah, just briefly, please, as a reminder, take some time out of respect for Mr. McGee's work and people on the committee and in the hotels that have worked so hard to present this. Please take time this week to read those proposals. Number two, if you haven't gotten your hotel room, please do. And number three, make it a promise that sometime during February you'll go to a town meeting, a municipal meeting, a public hearing, and contribute as a libertarian. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week. And I'm sorry this has to come to an end tonight.
Well, you're still on the hook for the our executive session here in a few minutes, Mr. Ford.
Excellent.
So the ride continues.
Excellent.
Mr. Chatterton, Mr. Boss.
Thank you. I wanted to ask just a quick clarification, Mr. Chair. You pointed out that there was a different statement. I wanted to ask clarity on the timing. Didn't that happen right after this board approved the policy statement regarding ICE? Was there a separate one issued at the same time?
I put out a statement on Saturday after the Alex Pretty incident. That one made got a lot of attention on X, and it got in the Hill. We did put out the resolution put forward by Mr. Martin that was accepted by the LNC. I think that was today. I asked for it to go out a couple of days ago, but it went out today. So that one is currently circulating.
Wasn't the resolution passed before that previous statement went out? And then I also wanted to comment on the statement from Mr. McGee about.
Well, these are announcements, so
encouraging the workshopping of motions. Mr. Martin shared those resolutions like weeks ago, and only the first feedback on those came today, I think. So, while it was encouraged to workshop things to get them through, that was done, and then the feedback was saved until very last minute, and then shot down. So.
Mr. Boss, then Mr. Thompson.
In the spirit of the previous announcements, when we asked for more time at the beginning, I think that time could have saved the last motion and improved the one that did pass without removing important language if we'd had more time, which we asked for at the beginning. Thank you.
Mr. Thompson?
Yeah, mine is not actually an announcement. I just wanted to ask, during the announcements portion, what is expected as an announcement? Like, is it just like a general LNC rant portion? Is it public comment for us, or is it actually for announcements?
Traditionally, we let everybody speak. I think we need to put something in there where it's actually an announcement and not just ranting on the LNC. However, what I would suggest to the body, and this may be helpful, if we have resolutions, especially multiple resolutions, we should have a time the LNC meets before the meeting on a phone call, and we can workshop the resolutions and hash it out there. So those that want to participate can, and workshop the language. It doesn't have to be an official LNC meeting. We can do it outside of meetings. We're allowed to meet whenever we want. It doesn't have to be officially broadcast. We can just have meetings where we discuss something like workshopping a motion. That's allowed. We can do that.
I heard workshopping
So,
emotion.
Mr. Dar.
I was a little bit intrigued. I workshop my emotions regularly.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Very
Mr.
much
Vincent?
so, Alexa. It's
Oh,
perfect.
sorry, it just unmuted. Hey, if any of you happen to be in Texas, April 10th through 12th, 2026, we have the state convention for Texas out here in Abilene, Texas. Wonderful convention. You can find out more information at 2026.lptexas.org. Hope to see any neighboring states and friends that want to come out here.
Holy
Mr.
crap, an announcement.
Mr. Vincent?
Yeah, here in Florida, we're having our convention February 20th and 21st in Clearwater, Florida at a winery. So check out LPALive.org.
Why would anybody want to go to Clearwater?
For that information. I'll also be performing at Clearwater Comedy Club
there's a winery?
on the 21st. So if you're in town,
distract them
go
from it being
drink some
Clearwater?
wine
Last
at the
year,
convention. And
they
then
were at
come
a
get some
fucking
laughs at Clearwater Comedy Club.
racetrack and shit.
Rob,
It was
who did
awesome.
we see in Rhode Island?
Mark Norman.
Yeah.
He put me on the list. Fuck you.
At least it wasn't this cold outside. Otherwise, us Florida boys would be in trouble, but it was still really cold.
It was cold.
It was a good time, though. All right, that is time for announcements. We'll be moving on to adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Question.
Is there a second?
I have a question, Mr. Chair.
Is it a point of
People
order?
really jumped at that.
It's a point of information. You mentioned earlier about the Hill article, and I recall it.
Hold on.
opening-
I'll answer your question once we finish up.
Already
Hold
has
on one
passed.
second, Mr. Martin. All right, we got a motion and a second. Is there any objection to adjournment?
You guys just like silencing us.
Hold on,
Bad.
you're not being recognized. This is out of order. All right,
It
hearing done. We are adjourned at 9:07 p.m. Thank you very
So,
much.
That's my question, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
I mean, come on. On the Hill, they say we passed a new policy, and then you get up there and make a statement unilaterally without mentioning the policy that passed that apparently was used to open that door. Is
It
that
hasn't
earned
passed.
media?
There are prior resolutions from states
I'm
that
looking at
opened the
Hill
door.
article because I don't remember them mentioning a policy. They
passed
mentioned the article.
the body acts that might be newsworthy. The chair just saying abolish ICE is great, but not
It was considered
normally
newsworthy by
newsworthy,
the
so I'm
Hill,
just
Mr.
curious
Martin. I don't know what to tell you.
what happened there.
Yeah.
Talk to
Hill.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it got 3
Yeah.
million. It says that the name of the article is Libertarian National Chair Abolish ICE. And it mentions the article or the statement that I wrote on behalf of the party. Doesn't mention a policy that I can see. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
So
I mean, I suggested that we abolish ICE in a resolution last fall, and you were against that.
all right. Anyway, we're off to the next meeting.
The recording has stopped.
Anytime you want.
Mr. McMahon, whenever you're ready to begin the executive committee meeting.
This meeting is being recorded.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is February, not December 1st, 2026 at 9:09 p.m. My name is Stephen Nicola, Chairman of the Libertarian National Committee. I'm going to be
I like
calling this
spicy,
meeting of the Executive Committee to order.
Spicy
Mr.
heat's good.
McMahon or Mr. Secretary,
Yeah,
whenever you're
spicy
ready
heat's
with
good.
roll call, please.
Mr. Secretary or Mr. McMahon.
Give me 1 second, Mr. Chair.
Interesting. He probably meant
Mr. McSecretary.
but
Okay.
so Amanda, Kyle and I were debating, like, should we mark the accusations of leftist infiltration are made, or allegations
Yes.
of leftist infiltration
Present.
are made? Because it was like,
Yes.
he didn't say
Vice
that,
Chair
but
Dar.
he also, that was the
Talk about-
implication.
CIA
Treasurer Redpath.
infiltration.
Yes.
And yeah,
Secretary
I would say
McMahon is
yes.
here. Mr. Ford,
Okay, fair, fair. I wasn't sure if it
Mr.
was
Watkins.
allowed to count, given that it was implied and not outwardly stated.
So-
but fair.
Mr. Chair, there's 5
Gotcha.
present, 1 not.
The meeting we're covering is
All
over,
right,
right?
we'll move
So
on
let's
to the
remove
adoption of the
this, talk
agenda.
about
The
that
chair is
motion,
seeking a
and
motion to adopt the agenda.
call it a day.
Whoa.
Can we see it on the screen,
What are
please?
we talking about here?
This is an executive meeting.
I understand that, but do people want to see the executive meeting? Like, does chat want to see the executive meeting?
Hold on.
They're going to go in executive session, aren't they?
I don't know. If they do, then we can end it. Jeremy, you are not chat. You are not recognized, sir.
There you go.
John Ponte has a good point. The Hill article came out January 25th, and the ICE resolution passed January 29th.
Yes,
Second.
I tried to note
All right,
that.
we're now on to the adopted agenda. Is there any discussion?
Vague words.
Hearing no discussion, is there any objection to the agenda? Hearing none, addenda is adopted. We're now on to ballot access encumbrance for LP of Maryland. Mr. Redpath, you have the floor.
Yes, and I will have a motion at some point here, but first I think it would be good to hear. I see the chair of the Libertarian Party of Maryland, Mr. Kyle O'Donnell, on here. One, I don't know, is Travis Laurel on here, the treasurer of the LP of Maryland, or not?
Mike,
No?
keep it on for
Okay.
you.
Okay, so I'd like to recognize, get an update as to the situation in Maryland. And certainly it would be appropriate for people to ask questions if they so desire, I think, of the chair of the Libertarian Party of Maryland.
Yes.
Point of information.
Yep.
Point of information.
While Chairman O'Donnell is speaking, Mr. Redpath, can you send me your motion?
My motion will be based on what will be crafted after we get a current update on the Maryland situation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Mr. O'Donnell.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. Maryland is currently undergoing petitioning for ballot access. We're usually able to keep ballot access for about a decade. This is just one of those times where we have to petition for it again. The Maryland Board of Election uses a multi-line signature petition, so it is a little more complicated of a petition form. Our threshold is 10,000 valid signatures. LP Maryland is currently
This is one of the
sitting at
people
about
who
5,500
worked to
raw
tank Chase,
signatures.
and then he's
So we're
blaming Chase for
little
not having ballot
over
access.
halfway there on a raw
Many
basis.
cases.
We've spent about 25,000 US dollars, and we have about $25,000 left in the bank. We plan on exhausting all of the funds that we have saved up for ballot access, which should get us around 11,000, maybe 12,000 raw signatures. The difficulty that we face in Maryland is that they recently changed state law so that when we submit our petitions, we can no longer add to them. Historically, if we were short or they invalidated some, we could go back and add maybe 1, 2, or 3,000 more to bring it up. Unfortunately now, if we are challenged and if we are invalidated below 10,000 valid, we lose all of it. So we lose all 10,000 signatures, 12,000 signatures. We lose all $50,000 that we have spent on it. And so the Libertarian Party of Maryland, having spent significant amount of our resources, humbly requests that the National Libertarian Party assist and help secure that $50,000 that Maryland is spending. And at this time, I yield the floor. Thank you.
I have a question, Mr. O'Donnell. What is the you said we're at 5,500 right now, and I think you said and that's gross signatures, when we need 10,000 net signatures or valid signatures. And so that's 11,000. I'm sorry, did you say you have $25,000 left to spend on this?
Approximately, yes.
Okay, so that's $25,000. And so were you planning on continuation of $5 per sig as the compensation?
Yes, we initially did volunteers only, and then
Bill
we did
Redpath
$3
is
per
so
sig
obsessed
and
with
did not
ballot
get any
access and
paid
signatures
signers.
that he
And
always
so
says
at
sig
$5 per
instead of
sig, we
signatures.
do have a few signers.
It's fun.
Okay, but here's my situation right now, or this what I perceive to be the situation, and that is that we're moving too slowly at $5 per signature right now. I don't think there's been very much increase in the number of signatures, and we've got a deadline now of July 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we have 5 months to finish this petition drive. And correct me if I'm wrong, these signatures that have been gathered can't be carried over to 2028. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But if we don't finish this petition drive by July 1, including these signatures are all going to be worthless in the future. Is that correct?
Thank you for your question, Mr. Redpath. Fortunately, signatures in the state of Maryland are valid for 2 years after signing.
Okay.
So we could carry them over outside of this gubernatorial cycle and submit it for the presidential cycle.
Okay. And would that be good for 2 election cycles in that instance or not? In other words, if we did not complete this petition drive for 2026 and we said, okay, we're going to use these signatures and try to get on for 2028, would that be for 2028 and 2030?
It's only valid for you get a pass on the next election cycle. So in Maryland, you have to hit 1% in the next election to maintain party status. So if we submit, let's say in the fall, we would get a pass for the presidential, and then we could run the next gubernatorial as well.
Okay,
so we get 2.
So the answer is, if we don't complete this petition drive by July 1, which would entitle us to have a gubernatorial candidate and I believe other candidates as well in 26 and 28, then so we move past that July 1 deadline, and then would we be looking at a July 1? You said the signatures are good for 2 years. So are some of these signatures going to, pardon my phraseology, rot here, so to speak? When somebody signs the petition, is that signature only good for 2 years from the date of signing?
Correct. We are not anticipated to lose any signatures from expiration.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, I will, Mr. McMahon has a question there, so I will, Mr. McMahon, why don't you go ahead?
I've got a couple questions. Are you petitioning under the name of a candidate for governor?
No. The petition is for party status. We are not petitioning to have one candidate. We are petitioning for the party status. And then once we have that status, we can run any candidate for a statewide office.
Okay, so my next question is, we were sent a tweet from Maryland that said, in response to a reporter, that there likely weren't going to be any Maryland Libertarian candidates this year. And I'm assuming that is because it also stated, we lost ballot access. The other thing was, though, the Republican candidate for governor spoke at your convention and also put out a tweet thanking you, correct?
Yes. The state of Maryland Libertarian Party of Constitution has our meetings, Central Committee meetings, open to the public. And a Libertarian candidate that ran for statewide office invited several people to come to our convention. And we have Libertarians at the convention. We have Democrats at our convention. And we have independents and Republicans.
This wasn't just an attendee,
was
though.
at the
They
convention?
spoke to the convention body, correct?
That's the Democrat.
After we had, much like we have announcements during this LNC meeting. Yes.
Like you're meaning to say they just showed, some Republican just showed up.
Final question would be, since it's going to be based on gubernatorial, do you plan on running a gubernatorial Libertarian candidate?
We do have a candidate that is very seasoned, that has run for statewide office before. His name is Jason Wonder, and he has said that he would run for governor if we needed a candidate to run. But he's not currently running a campaign. He's not fundraising. There's no staff. So. I don't know
that I would run too if the party didn't ballot access. I'd probably wait until they got the party status before I declared I was going to dump a bunch of money and time in it. So I completely understand that. That makes sense.
Yeah. but it would be a very short campaign, and it would be a very difficult campaign.
Do you
to
think
run
you guys
without-
would be able to muster the support and resources to get the 1% for the gubernatorial candidate?
Historically, we have been able to reach 1%. But when I think about, we get a pass on one election, I think it is strategic to have it be the presidential, so that we can get more run out of this. So we can run a proper presidential campaign, so we can run a proper gubernatorial campaign instead of like this split-second last rush across the finish line.
Well, so then, okay, sorry, I do have another question then. So in that case, if it's to focus more on the presidential, then wouldn't it be better if we took the signatures that were gathered right now, put those in the box, come back in 2028, finish the petition drive, and then you've got the presidential and the gubernatorial following that? Is that what you're saying?
Thank you for your question. The Libertarian Party of Maryland intends to submit our petitions in 2026. When we exhaust all $50,000 that the state of Maryland has spent, we should have over 10,000 raw, and we want to submit because every month that we wait, there's the potential that someone will move addresses, and then their petition is no longer valid. So I think we should strike while the iron is hot, rather than coming back in 2 years.
Okay. I have a few questions. Mr. O'Donnell, how much money is Maryland asking the LNC for in this instance? What is your signature target, and how much is it going to cost?
If we finish around let's say $11,000 to $12,000, or 11 to 12,000 raw signatures, ideally, I think if we could submit 15,000 raw signatures, I think that would be a very strong submission. That's what the Kennedy team submitted, and that's what the Green Party submitted. And so that's a delta of like 3,000 to 4,000 raw signatures at $5 a sig. That's like 15,000 to 20,000.
So I'm gonna be really honest. The LNC is not in a good money position right now.
Okay, understand.
We are not in positive cash flow. Some months yes, some months no. It varies. We have money in the bank, but that's our piggy bank right now. That's our emergency fund. We're trying not to tap into it. We didn't budget any money for ballot access this year. Case by case basis, like yourself, which we're considering a la carte.
Maybe drop a stupid lawsuit.
I'm
Just a
wondering a few
suggestion.
things. Potentially,
Also, Chuck is correct.
I would like to talk to staff about potentially putting together a fundraising drive and spending some money on that to raise money specifically for this petition drive for two reasons. One is because we don't have the money. The second reason is I'd like to get donors bought into this petition drive because we have donors. They give money sometimes when we ask them, and if we ask them the right way, they're more likely to give potentially. I'd have to ask the board money to do that. But that's the first issue. The second thing is it does sound like this isn't as pressing as it has to be on by July 1st. There is a potentiality here where it could be submitted July 1st in 2027 or 2028.
I don't think
It's a 2-year
potentiality is a
deadline,
word.
so it'll be 2027, I would assume.
Thank you for the question. It's the signature petition
I believe.
expires
I will
2
check.
years after the date of signing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, and the signatures can be submitted at any time as long as
Correct.
they're valid. So if they're valid at the time of submission, then will they not, or will they be valid when? What is the next deadline after this July 1st?
It would be 2 years.
Yeah.
It would be 2 years. So in 2 years,
All right.
July 1st,
I learned
2028.
something new today.
2 years from now, they would.
It felt
the
weird.
But the petitions you have now wouldn't be valid at all. Would that be
Correct.
correct? So it has to be July 1st, 2026.
If we wanted to run gubernatorial. So we could submit it in September
Or as Kyle
or
Davis says,
November.
gubernatorial.
You can
Or-
submit it any time.
or
Okay,
next
so
summer. Yeah.
You can submit it
governor,
anytime. There's not a deadline that you
it's
have to submit it by
gubernatorial.
a certain date. It's only if you wanted to run a gubernatorial candidate. But if you submit it, let's say, a year
So-
from now,
Does that mean
or a
Maryland
year and a
is
half from
one of
now,
those
you would
ballot
still be able
access
to
depends
participate
on
in
the
the presidential election, get
election
1%,
vote?
maintain ballot access.
Correct.
They need like 1% of any
Mr.
statewide
Chair,
or
if I
national member rate.
may, I've got a question
And
and
they
and
worked
and
very hard
comment.
to not put
Go ahead.
anything behind
Okay.
Chase.
Thank you.
To
Question.
be very
So
sure,
if
it's at less than
this is a party
1% of
petition,
the
if it succeeds,
vote in
correct me if
general,
I'm
right?
wrong, but this
Fair-
means
fair enough.
that the Libertarian Party of Maryland, with 0 further signatures to be gathered by any candidate, can run for any partisan office in the state. Is that correct?
Correct. That is accurate.
Okay, so that means Congress, that means State House, State Senate, everything, no more signatures to be gathered. You can run for every partisan office in the state. All right.
Correct.
So there, and hopefully there will be candidate recruitment going on
Yes.
to that end. All right. But I also want to make a statement here. I mean, what is the current pace of signature gathering, Mr. O'Donnell? Like, about how many signatures per week right now are being gathered at $5 per signature?
Thank you for your question, Mr. Redpath. Unfortunately, we have just had an ice storm,
Well,
so we're
but-
not collecting any signatures in the
Right,
depth of
but
winter.
generally,
but-
over the past, 2 or 3 months, what's the average gathering of signatures per week?
When the weather warms up, we hope to accomplish 1,000 to 1,200 a month.
1,000 to 1,200 a month.
Yes.
Well,
And-
that we're not going to hit July 1 then, because
correct.
we've got, and by the way, the number that in talking with Travis Larrell, the gross number of signatures that he had talked about was 16,000 gross to get the 10,000 net, because they do have fairly stringent standards about the acceptability of signatures in Maryland. So anyway, in my discussions with him, he was talking about 16,000 gross sigs to be comfortable with the 10,000 net, particularly since there is no longer that cure period in Maryland. So what I'm saying here is, and I've received feedback from petitioners here, and I will just, what is past is past. What's water over the dam is. But what I'm hearing now is that $5 per gross signature isn't going to get this done. I mean, from Bob Lynch, the hotels are expensive. Maryland's an expensive area, and when we're paying X dollars per sig, that's it. All the expenses are the responsibilities of the petitioners, and I've heard that $5 isn't cutting the mustard. Frankly, I called a good friend who's a professional petitioner recently and said, "Geez, what do you think? What do you think we ought to be paying in Maryland? What's the rate going to be?" His first answer was $10 per signature, and I'm not. I think $7 probably will incentivize our core Libertarian Party petitioners, professional petitioners, to come to Maryland to do this. But I don't
it's
think
false.
anything
He
less
does it to save
is
time.
is
Chuck's
frankly
comment
going to get
earlier
the job
said, like,
done. And I can't even swear that $7 will
saved
get it done. But
I'm
I don't think 5 is going to get us there, at least by the July
Redpath
1,
is just like
2026 deadline. And
constantly.
I just
Oh,
think we need to be
gotcha.
more realistic in terms of what the cost is going to be for this.
Mr. McMahon?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have one more. I'm sorry. One
that-
more
did you-
comment, and that is, it's going to be more expensive in 2028 than in 2026 to petition. The price is going to go up. Inflation,
Yeah,
presidential candidates running in 2028. That was one thing. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for letting me say this. I actually think it's going to be cheaper now than to wait.
I'm going to go to Mr. McMahon, then Mr. Ford. Mr. McMahon?
So right now, Maryland has about 5,500 gross SIGs. They need about another 10,000. They're putting up 25,000 at Mr. Redpath's $7 per SIG. They need an additional 45,000. What's funny is in 2014, when me and Mr. Redpath were on the LNC together, I went on a tirade about giving Maryland money for
I am with
ballot
Karen Ann on
access.
this. Like, generally speaking,
right.
I'm a huge
And
proponent of ballot
I'm
access.
not doing that this time, Mr. O'Donnell.
But I'm also pretty salty,
I
and if
actually
the affiliate
support
lost it because they screwed over
us
Chase, not
encumbering
done.
this and pulling it from the building fund if necessary. I also think we should do fundraising.
But yeah,
to
it's
try to
more of a
get
matter of
donors
if
to
it's
support.
feasible.
I'd like to see
I think
Maryland
less than
increase its
we should
fundraising
keep
asks.
them off. But we want them to
But my
fail.
reasoning for wanting to support it is this.
I mean,
You have a
mean,
candidate
really-
that's ready to run for
Yes.
governor if need be.
I don't
But-
want them
They didn't
to
have that in 2014.
Right, of course.
money
I mean,
either.
yeah.
And
No, I get it. Like,
I agree with Mr.
I live in
Redpath.
Illinois.
It is
We
cheaper
were-
to do it now.
we basically
and
knew.
we already have a
There's
third of the
kind of not a
signatures.
way. Like,
You
when
cannot
the LNC
guarantee
didn't give us money,
that those signatures will be valid
we've
in
always relied
2028. I would say you'd be lucky if half of them
because our signature requirement
ended
is
up being
insane.
certified.
And we have 90 days.
So we have 5,500. We need another 10,000.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt the
We're
thing.
going to
but
have to
I
do
didn't
it
want to
regardless.
interrupt Bill.
And I do agree with Mr. Redpath. In a presidential year, if it's $7 to $10 now, it's going to be 15 plus in 2028. So I would support an encumbrance of up to $45,000 to Maryland for the petitioning drive. I maybe would like to see that broken into some milestones, but it is up to and regular reporting weekly from Maryland on the efforts. One last question, Mr. O'Donnell. I do believe this is the case, but Maryland is an FEC filer, correct?
Correct. We file with both the FEC and the state body.
I just want to make sure it was
Maryland
going to be
has
easy
done
for
a
us to
horrible job of
handle this,
everything.
with that, I
They're one
yield.
of the states that since the takeover, they have just allowed themselves to die.
Mr. Ford?
Yeah, as the committee knows, I'm generally very supportive of the LNC chipping in, if you will, to do the ballot access. A couple questions. You had ballot access in Maryland. What happened to lose it?
In the state of Maryland, we must hit at least 1% in both presidential cycles and
Tried to tank
gubernatorial
Chase,
cycles. We usually keep it for about a decade or so. And then every once in a blue moon, we unfortunately do not hit it, whether it's the gubernatorial or the presidential. We were able to hit it last gubernatorial, and we give it our all. So thank you for your question,
Not
Mr.
the
Ford.
presidential, he didn't.
Well, which one did you lose it?
The presidential tried to tank Chase.
This most recent presidential campaign.
So I actually
Okay.
looked
And
up
what was
the
roughly the percentage there?
Chase got
I
0.51%
apologize.
Okay, no worries.
votes
That's not a big
in
deal.
2024.
How many
in the state
volunteer
of Maryland,
signatures are you getting, and how many people
whereas
right now are
overall
volunteering?
he got
When
0.42%.
we asked for
of
volunteers
of,
initially, some people were able
you
to
know,
get
of votes
25,
in the
50
entirety of the
signatures
United States.
at the
However, that
most.
was
But we didn't, and we
greatly
did have people go out
impacted
for
by
a weekend
the fact
or
that
2 weekends. But
Illinois,
there was not the
the
appetite
three
for
states,
continuous,
including Illinois and New
volunteering.
York, did not have ballot access.
Well, it's this is what I'm trying to challenge. I've got a couple issues here. I just need to briefly discuss.
They're trying to get ballot access back, but they also just told you they don't have any candidates.
That's not good.
Why would we be paying for
You
ballot
know,
access if we don't intend
we
to
had
run
another
anybody?
state recently that we did encumber money for,
I
and they
think
have they have a very aggressive volunteer program.
They said
very
that
aggressive.
someone is willing to run, but
I
they're not going
don't
to declare
know-
their candidacy until, they
We
officially
obviously
have
want to have a candidate on the
ballot
ballot for the
access.
presidency, and I
Right,
understand
which
all
is
the
cowardly
cost
bullshit.
considerations. But
Like
at
in
a certain
Georgia,
point,
Chase is actively
if
running for
you're
the
asking the National Party, which is in
gubernatorial
a challenging
election.
position, to subsidize a state
Goobers,
that won't aggressively
because of the
pursue the
fact that
signatures
you
on
have
their
to have
own
someone on that ballot to
in a
convince
state
people to
that
this time.
barely gets 1%.
Maryland's
and you're
not
talking
doing
about
that because they worked against
place,
Chase.
a candidate who's not going to aggressively campaign this time. I mean, I get it. I get the long-term picture.
I don't know. I've
It's
seen the
troubling
other
to me
side of
that
it with being in a state where
this kind of money
ballot
is going to be
access is
spent
just
on an effort that
a mess. It's like,
doesn't have a lot of potential.
I don't know. I
Unless
see
there's
both sides. I
a
see
sea
your
change
point,
in
but
attitudes. If we go forward with this, I would ask one of the bogeys be that a certain percentage of volunteer.
They actively
listen, I'm a
campaigned
terrible
against
petitioner.
Chase, refused to help him.
I loathe it. And I loathe
and
the fact
were
that good,
problems
smart
all
people, our best people, are being put
But
on
then
street
why did
corners.
Chase
As
get
long as
above
those
the
same people
average?
are on,
I loathe every part of it. But I also understand
as
that
long
it's
as those
necessary
people
evil.
are,
But I
because
would
that's
request
it
that one
often
of the
does
bogeys
better
in
for
exchange for
libertarians.
my vote in favor
They
of
didn't do well
encumbered money
because they worked
be a
against.
certain
They had
continued
the
level of
1%, no
volunteer
problem,
signatures.
and they tanked Chase. fuck 'em.
spending this kind of money when
In
the
my
party
view.
just doesn't have it, has
I'm just
all
saying they
sorts
have a
of
higher
other
percentage
challenges in
than
addition to
the
this.
national
That's troubling
percentage
to
of
me.
votes for Chase.
My other big
It does
picture
not
issue
seem
is,
they.
is that
But if you go,
I would like
if you
to
go
change the
look
way
up
that we approach
Maryland
this.
normally,
Not,
they
it has nothing to do with
usually have a
Maryland.
higher libertarian
I
percentage.
believe that we should have an annual budget,
Okay,
and we
but
should
like,
be at a certain point in
let me
year.
look this. Okay.
The
There's also
experts on the
no
ballot access committee,
incentive
we have
to
experts on the ballot access
there's no
committee. We have great
incentive
people on that.
for
Should be coming to us
a
with a
state
budget
to
that
prioritize
addresses.
helping a candidate.
And I know
If
there's
they
challenges that
know that
pop
they're
up.
going to
It's
get
whack-a-mole.
ballot access
But
funding
it
no matter what.
addresses the next 6
They don't like
months.
the
And I'm
candidate,
just
they're not going to work
picking
hard.
that as an arbitrary
There's no
number
incentive
of
if you
what
just
we're
throw
going to
the
spend money on. We have a
So
ballot
only
access budget,
3
but there are
states.
times our fundraising falls
Chase only
behind. So
got
where
more
our
than
ballot
1% of
access
the vote
budget
in
is
3 states.
relative to our
Sure,
fundraising
and
for
National worked
that,
against him.
relative to
But
the
Okay,
ongoing
I mean,
Maryland
yes,
considerations
national sucks.
actively posted this week
needs to
that
be
they don't
considered.
have ballot
I don't
access
think we
because
can
of
go
Chase.
from state to state to state
Kyle
like this
O'Donnell
anymore.
posts about this
We need
all
to
the time.
have a
Too, that's
comprehensive
patently
approach
untrue,
for a
as you have
fixed period of
said,
time
that you will
moving
not
forward.
vote for any
So
candidate
overall,
that is part of the caucus.
if there's a bogey in there for volunteer
Okay,
signatures
I'm
at
sorry, I
some
didn't
level,
see that tweet. That's
I-
that's scummy on
and
their
again,
part.
please don't. I'm not trying to badger you, but please don't take this the wrong way. But when you say there's not an appetite for it, holy cow!
Again,
You
people really care about running candidates. But
I don't know if I have an
understand
appetite for
you
spending
need to
money for folks who don't have an
incentivize
appetite
parties
for
to support
going out and
candidates.
doing it.
And you
this
do
isn't
that by
anything.
saying,
I'm
well,
not
if
asking
you
you to
don't
do anything
support
I
the
haven't done
candidate, you're not
myself.
going to get the money.
We are at time. We've expended 25 minutes. Unless there's a motion to extend time.
Motion to extend time for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yes.
Is there a second?
Not for this meeting, we're not, though.
Depends on if this is just one big meeting or not.
All right, we have a second. Is there
Yeah,
any
I'm
discussion on
debating.
extending for 5?
It's not one big meeting. We're starting anew. We did
Hearing
have
none,
that
we are extending for
talk
5
more than
minutes.
5
I'll go
minutes,
ahead and
though.
keep the timer going.
Hey, Kyle, can you show the bingo card?
Mr. Chair, if I
We got a
could just
bingo.
hold the floor for briefly 30 seconds.
Wait, we did?
Last
If we are to
week
come
we
up
did.
with a proposal to fund this, I like the idea of having objective, I call them bogeys.
I might
I'd
have
like to
missed
hear them
something
as
because I
part
was
of that proposal.
figuring out my audio
Thank you.
situation.
Mr. Dar, and then is Kyle O'Donnell? Is he a part of Maryland? Oh, that's you. You have your hand up. Okay, I was like, what?
Pat Ford did speak
'cause it
for
was
more
after-
than 5 minutes straight.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Dar, and then
Okay, I missed
somebody
that.
else from
Cool.
Maryland. Mr. Dar.
Awesome. Love it.
As far as the fundraising for this on the LNC's part, I would just ask that we get some help with crafting our donation appeal letters going
did
into
Pat Ford
this and
speak more than 5
feedback and
minutes straight for the
different
last meeting?
information that we can use
I
that
thought
helps
so.
us
I
appeal
didn't
to
think
our
so.
donors
Am I
out there.
crazy?
That
Yeah.
is very helpful for our staff not to just kind of guess at what the
Yeah,
appeal is out
what
there.
I
so
didn't
we
have
can
it
help,
marked off before,
make sure
but
this
like
is
I said, I
actually
had
funded
every time you
for
talk.
our
I
donors
didn't
out
get
there.
5 minutes.
I'd also like to see candidates in the future that has been mentioned there. I would,
I mean,
you know,
it's a lot of
effectively
space.
use that and to make sure we aggressively go after that.
also-
And I also would like
Yes,
to
Amanda
see,
did go blind.
not
I was
from
very
Mr.
surprised
O'Donnell,
to
but
see
the
that.
Ballot Access Committee,
But I've been blind for most of her. I'm like,
you know, a
yeah,
forecasted
you
budget
mentioned
of what
that.
we're trying to
You
look at
bleach
so
it
we
all
can
the
try to
time.
meet
I'm like,
milestones
that's
of
brave.
fundraising
Especially
for
like
the
that
items
close
that
to
they
your
need going
scalp.
on in the future, and we're going about this in a thoughtful manner. Those are my quick thoughts there.
And on that topic, I think we could speak with our partners in Iron Light
Alexa
to
made the
see
bingo card,
how
Mike.
best to reach the
We thank
people
her very
within
much for
Maryland
it.
LP and people who've obviously donated to ballot
Thank
access
you.
before. We might be able to combine
I was like,
ballot
what can
access as a
make
whole
these
and
more
several subjects if we
tolerable?
target certain donors
She made it with
that are most
input
likely
from
to give in
other
general
LPA
that may not
members,
live in
but was
Maryland.
the chief
So this
author
could
of it.
be an experiment in
Right, yeah.
targeting specifically for this cause. So I think that is something that we want to consider. And then,
Mr. Chair, if I may, did Mr. O'Donnell say that the other Kyle O'Donnell is the Maryland Treasurer, Travis Larrell? Did you say that?
I think that is likely.
Okay, I would really like to hear from Travis Larrell, the Maryland Treasurer. He's been very involved in this. I think we ought to hear from him, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Larrell, go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Yes, I checked some of the numbers, and in reference to the volunteer signatures, over 600 have been collected by volunteers. Typically, typically volunteers are less effective on a per day basis, but there has been some effort for folks to go and get some on a
Yeah,
volunteer
LP drama is a
basis.
great diet. I will say that.
Are there any questions you have for me?
I just want to state that's over 10%, which is actually
Yes,
pretty good
no
on
one
a
is
volunteer
fat. They are
basis.
fluffy.
I
the
certainly
politically
would
correct
ask the
term.
Maryland party to, try to step up the volunteer effort, particularly as, we get into March, the weather warms up. This is obviously a expensive proposition, and people in surrounding states can go in and petition as well. I myself, when I was a Virginian, went into Maryland many times to petition, and help should be asked from surrounding states, in my opinion.
And Mr. Redpath, while there's time, if you plan on making a motion, you should make the motion.
Okay, I will make a motion, and that is that I move to encumber $45,000 from the LNC for ballot access petitioning on this petition drive for the Libertarian Party of Maryland to complete this petition drive successfully by July 1, 2026.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
That's a lot of money.
All right, we're now into discussion.
Yeah, that's my point. We're spending
We're
45 grand
almost out of time, are
to
we
get
not,
ballot
Mr. Chair?
access in the
We
state
have
that
about
has
a minute
actively
left.
lost
Okay,
their
we can
ballot
move to
access
extend
rather
time.
than any of the
Personally,
states
I
that
would
are
prefer.
actually paying.
I would support something more in line
Are
with
they paying
15,000
everybody $5
as
per
a start,
signature?
with
Because I'm like, assume there's
some of that
volunteers,
funding
and then
being
there are
used towards
there's paying
the
every.
LNC
I mean,
attempting to
that's
fundraise and then revisiting this issue in
that's
about
not how we
about
do
what
it in
runs
several
Illinois.
months. That would be my
Like
personal
volunteers, you do that for
to
free.
gain to see what kind of traction we're getting
Or
on the
better
ground.
get the
Volunteers do it for free, but
That's what
there's
I'd like
people
to see.
who are professional signature gatherers.
I don't know if anybody else
Right?
feels
Yeah.
the same
No.
way.
I know
Yeah.
that. It was more just a matter
I
of
don't mind breaking it up into payments.
I think it
but
also
I think we
incentivizes
should
people to
encumber
lose ballot
the
access to get
amount
the
that
money.
gives clarity. It's difficult for a state party to go to petitioners
I'm
and say,
betting
hey,
the
by the
LNC
way,
is
we
not
only
going to
have
track
some
it.
of the money committed. Because I know petitioners ask. So I'm concerned about not encumbering the full thing.
It works, Chuck. It works.
We do have the money.
But yeah,
let's be
I
honest.
do the 45,000.
It is
like,
there. We can touch
couldn't
it.
they
I
have
don't like to
professional
touch it. I
signature
don't want to
gatherers
touch the
get half the
butterfly wings.
signatures,
But
and they get the volunteers get the other
this
half?
is the type of thing that we should be doing for our state affiliates.
Then we don't
supporting
need
them.
as
I
much
would
money.
there's also been said, I'd like to see Maryland
that's my
step up
thought,
the volunteer
anyway.
efforts. I think they're doing an okay job. They need to push it a little bit more. I think we can do a lot more to help promote them. Let's use our national system, CRM, to send out volunteer requests within the surrounding Maryland area. But I think that this is a valid use of the limited funds that we have, and we do have some in reserve. So I'd like to see this.
I move to extend time 10 minutes.
Steven.
I'll second that.
Yeah, I'm going to object to that.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll second.
Okay, there's a motion to extend time for 10 minutes. We'll go ahead and take it to a vote. Well, I don't really have any, unless there's discussion to extend time. I just rather take it to a vote. All in favor of extending time for 10, raise your hand.
My hand was already
Here's the
raised, still
other
raised.
thing.
Okay, all right. So Mr. Dart,
Like,
Paul,
there are states
myself.
like Illinois, for example, that did
I'll-
back Chase despite him only being a write-in candidate.
I'll withdraw my
like I said,
objection
because
to
they
the
have
10
absurd.
minutes, Mr. Chair. If
They have
you wanna
absurd
go
requirements
ahead, sir. I'll withdraw
and
my
rely on
objection.
that money.
Thank you very much.
So
all
I
right,
guess
there's no
then
objection. We'll
Maryland
extend for
getting
10.
that, money, that's money
Mr.
that
Ford,
probably
you had
isn't
your
going to
hand
go to
raised?
us.
Yes, sir. What $45,000? And again,
that's the
I'm
other-
going to side with the chair and
That's
say
the
that
other
we need to
side
write
on
this
that
down.
front.
$45,000 represents
Spending money
as a
on a place
percentage
that
basis of our
lost
cash on
their
hand.
ballot
Right now.
access by being shitheads.
Is that
That
10%?
would
I know
be-
Georgia's
that
about to
right
have
now,
a
our
lawsuit coming
cash,
up,
that
and we need help with
about
it. When all
$770,000
these other states are working
roughly
right now to get ballot
so
access and
that
everything
would be ballpark 6 to 7%
Giving it to Maryland right now
of
is fucking
LNC
ridiculous.
cash.
I
Like,
don't
it
know.
completely
at the moment.
disincentivizes them to actually help
just
candidates.
editorially.
Like nobody
get
who
it.
cares about
And I
helping
keep saying
candidates
it, I get
would
it. I get the value proposition for the
this.
presidential year. But at the same time, we're talking about $45,000 out of a $700,000.
I mean, there's a lot of states,
45,000 out of
or
a
a handful of states,
$700,000
like
for
they
a
have to
state
get the
that's gonna put a
signatures every 2
placeholder
years,
candidate in
regardless of
for a gubernatorial
or
election
at least
this
like
year,
your threshold is a lot
is tough.
higher.
Is tough
Ours
for me.
is
I would
5%.
Mr. Chair, we have a proposal. We have a proposal on the floor right now that we're debating.
If there was one, I would propose 15,000 encumbrance, and then I would say to sweeten the deal, $2,000 for the LNC to. Actually, no. Let me think about that for a second, because I want money to be able to go and try to fundraise for this. So I'll meet you halfway, and it's a little bit less than halfway, but maybe a third of the way. $15,000 for ballot access and $2,500 for the LNC to do targeted outreach or targeted appeals for donors specifically for Maryland ballot access.
And if you put that amendment forward, I would, just to give a heads up, I would request as part of the condition I'm moving forward to another encumbrance is 500 volunteer signatures in the first month.
415 and 47.7.
Because what I would like to see is, I'm not saying we can't do 45, but to encumber 45,000 off the gate is asking an awful lot from us at this point. But regardless of the cash in the bank, there's still a deficit, and I have to be mindful of that deficit.
With resolutions,
I would like to
the two
make that
resolutions
motion,
on election
and I would say we can revisit this
election
monthly, and then
interference did
2
not
or 3
pass.
months we can sit back down, see where you
The
guys
resolution
are,
on
and determine from there what
non-intervention
we need to provide you with
did,
at that
and
time.
then the
That would be
resolution on
my motion.
Mars lacked text,
My amendment
so
to the
was
main
not
motion.
heard.
So your motion would be to amend
Encumber
motion to read as encumber up to
Chuck,
$15,000 for ballot access petitioning for the LP of Maryland,
the motion
and an
on
additional
non-intervention
$2,000 for the
did reach
LNC to
3/4.
fundraise.
Chuck.
2,500.
2,500 for the fundraising for continuing petitioning efforts.
Correct.
Mr. Chair, at what point in time would I amend that motion to include my
Next
personal?
month.
What is it, Pat? 500 signatures.
Karen Ann
500
Chuck
signatures
is
in the
incorrect.
first 30 days.
To let
No,
you
no,
know,
no,
there
we're
was
gonna
a
have a review
resolution that
period.
did pass.
I don't know if that's realistic right
It's
now.
on
with the weather.
non-intervention.
So I'm going to make my motion, and then I'll let you. We'll debate that amendment.
I thought there was a motion on the floor already.
He's moved
This
to
is my
amend.
motion to
An amendment.
But Chuck kind of
This would
goes
be a
on
motion
vibes
to amend.
sometimes. So
I have a question, Mr. Chairman,
Go
about
ahead, Mr. Chairman.
in this that I think is germane. Who's running this petition drive at this point? Who is running this petition drive? And are we going to keep this payment rate at $5 per signature and see what happens? Because I don't think, I know there's been a weather situation going on there, but I don't think they've been turning the numbers at $5 a sig that's going to get this thing to the finish line by 7/1/26. So, I think there is an issue here. Who's going to be running this petition drive and deciding who's going to
Someone
pay
wants
what
to
to the
see the
petitioners?
bingo card again.
What would the answer be if it was 45,000?
Karen Ann, that was the one on non-intervention.
I think that, I'm just saying, I don't think this petition drive is going to succeed at $5 a sig. And I think implicit in that, although technically this was not addressed, I think implicit in that 45,000 plus the 25,000 from Maryland that they have to spend equals 70,000, divide by 7 is 10,000 gross. So all I'm saying is that I think there is an issue as to how this petition drive is going to move forward operationally, because we're not turning the numbers fast enough to hit the deadline.
Karen
That is
Ann,
5
you got
months from
Bill
today.
talking about ballot
We've
access.
got to do.
I don't know what
Basically, we've got to do ballpark 2,000 SIGs a month, and I don't think recently this drive has come close to that. And I know it's winter and all, but still.
I would defer to the LP Maryland to decide how to best use the money, and of course with the ballot access committee of the LNC to assist them in that endeavor. And if we have to meet sooner because we feel like we're just not there, well, I don't expect them potentially to get where they need to be with 15,000, but I think breaking it up into chunks at the very least is the responsible thing to do at this point. That's my
agree
opinion.
with Nikayla, personally.
All right, so I made that motion to amend. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Austin Martin's back and
All
has
right,
his hand up.
discussion on the amendment.
Am I hallucinating?
I don't agree with the amendment. I think that we should encumber
No, you're not.
the
it's
amount
Austin.
necessary
He's trying to
at
maintain
this time,
relevance.
as opposed to coming back.
Austin
like
Martin
this.
is back and has
It
his
can
hand
be broken
up.
up, but I disagree with saying we're just going to get
I won't call
15,000
on
now.
them though, right?
And that's the
Who
cap.
knows? Honestly,
Um,
some people are very conciliatory at
I
the
think it should be the
expense of
45,000
liberty.
broken into bi-monthly payments, but that's my position.
Mr. Ford, go ahead.
Is this the time to add an amendment?
He'll be
You
brief.
could
I
amend the
promise,
amendment.
guys.
Yeah, I'd like to amend the amendment to the
Oh
amendment.
boy,
I'm
Oh
gonna,
wait, that's another.
it is
That's
another
another thing on the amending
Motion
the
to
I
amend the
understand it's a
amendment.
rule.
Woo!
Did I mention I was out in minus 4
Yay!
degrees yesterday filming on Friday? I mean, the weather's going to break, and if this type of money, if we were even a little bit wealthier, I'd have a far less problem with. But this
I
type
think the
of money
weather's going to break
on a
before
rainy day
Pat
against a
Ford's
rainy
speech
day
ends.
fund, again for a state that's. I don't see 600 signatures or 500 or 700 as particularly great for a state that size. I just don't, and I'm not trying to criticize, but there's got to be some type of stake in this.
Yes.
It's anyway. So I'm gonna add the amendment that, and this is based on $15,000 being encumbered on a 30-day period, and with I'll call it a 400 signatures we'll bargain to within the first 30 days, because I get the secretary's point, and I saw this happen in New York years ago where there wasn't a full commitment. But
Well,
this
Mr.
time,
Ford,
I don't sense.
before you get into debate, let's get a second first.
Yeah, so so I'll go 400 signatures in the first 30 days on a volunteer basis.
Is there a second?
Well, I'll second this subsidiary amendment.
Okay. All right. So there's the motion. The amendment to the amendment has been
I just
seconded.
want to
It would be
remind the
add.
chat
Now,
that
Pat,
you
Ford,
all
Pat,
asked
this is
for
a
this.
proviso that the $15,000 would only be encumbered if
I work for the
Maryland
people.
can get 400 additional signatures.
No,
Volunteers.
I'm saying the first 15,000 encumber. We
Okay.
we got to
Okay.
jumpstart them. All
Got
right,
it.
if we have any chance of success. And
So
then,
how is this worded?
Mr. Chair, I would say $15,000 encumbered with a
Comma.
30-day review.
So
Future
we're setting-
encumbrances rely on 400 volunteer signatures within that 30 days, which is going to be work. I get it.
Not grammatically coherent.
So it has no bearing on the actual
The
motion.
first encumbrance. No, I'm just saying
It would
before we go
only be if
forward
they come
anymore.
back and ask for more.
I guess
Correct.
we could. It would just be. I guess for us, we could always make a determination because it wouldn't. It would really. It really would be a goal because the executive
People
committee
see
can always
this.
say whatever we want to say. We can't force ourselves to not do something later. So it'd be setting a goal for 400 signatures within 30 days.
Volunteer. Mm-hmm.
Any further discussion? And we're out of time. in
Pat Ford has
8
spoken
seconds.
for more than 5 minutes straight on this
So
one.
just move
So
to
you
a
can
vote
put
on the
that one in.
amendment
We have
and
a
then your
bingo.
amendment and the main motion.
All right,
Okay.
so we are out of time.
Fair.
All in
Thank you.
favor of the Ford amendment, please raise your hand.
Do not count Austin Martin's hand. I don't see any.
And
Oh no, I see one.
I will also vote yes, but I believe that fails.
No, that would pass. That's
That would
3.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I thought
We're in
that was a six.
XCOM
I
now.
was-
XCOM
Okay,
student.
yep, so that passes. And we're now on my amendment, which is 15,000 encumbrance for the Libertarian Party of Maryland ballot access signature drive with $2,500, the LNC to encumber or to budget for
whatever they want.
purposes of
essentially.
fundraising, and then the 400 signature volunteer requirement within 30 days
Again,
We're
for
going to trust
future
that they'll do the thing correctly.
potential
Really
encumbrance.
disincentivizes me to keep
More
my
or less.
ballot access.
LP of Maryland.
I just want money every year.
To be clear, some states don't have a choice, but because their situation is impossible. But yeah, in this situation, there's less sympathy for me from me.
I believe we are at Sassy Evan at this point.
Number up to $15,000 for ballot access petitioning for the Libertarian Party of Maryland.
By the way, could people see the screen
and an
earlier
additional
when I shared
$2,500
it?
for the LNC
Okay.
to initiate fundraising
I shall
for
share
additional
it.
funds for the LP of Maryland petition drive, with the LP of Maryland securing 400
But you
signatures
did, Joe,
on a
because you have
volunteer
said
basis
multiple
within
times that
30
you will
days
not vote for
before
anyone
future
who's part of a
encumbrances.
caucus.
Sounds right. All right. All in favor, please raise your hand.
We have a bingo.
Nice.
Woot.
1, 2, 3.
Well, this
All
is
opposed?
this is your amendment to the main motion, correct?
Correct.
Mike Bitko is exactly right.
All right. So amendment passes. We're now on to the main motion.
But
Why
I
would
vote
we
no.
give $45,000
Yeah.
to the
Right.
people
Wait.
who
So
have
we have
already
Paul,
shown
myself,
they
and
don't
Pat
want
voted
ballot
yes.
access?
3
They've
to
spoken
2.
against ballot
3 to 2.
access.
So
And now they're
amendment
asking for
passes.
money to get ballot access, potentially.
All right. Now we're back.
The
Now we're on the
complete
main
disincentive
motion
to keep
as
ballot
amended.
access.
Same
it's a
thing as written.
to support candidates.
All in favor of the
And
main.
yeah, they
You need to
really
do
did
this
not do it
by
all
roll
at
call.
once.
Whenever you're ready, sir.
I'm okay with being like, hey, you know,
Do you guys see the
giving
screen?
them some money
Yep,
and
yep.
having a
See it.
signature requirement. I think that's perfectly
Yes.
reasonable. But not
Vice Chair Dar.
45,000 all at
Yes.
once.
Oh, you didn't say it publicly, Joe. You said it in private.
Treasurer
chat that
Redpath.
iPad read to me.
I'll abstain.
I'm voting
We got a
yes,
bingo.
begrudgingly. I'm
Yep.
not happy about this. Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins is not here. Mr. Chair, the votes are 4 yes, 0 no's, and 1 abstention.
And I have a question, Mr. Chairman, that is
Yes.
relevant to this. So when I speak with petitioners now, what I will say to them is that the Libertarian Party of Maryland is running this petition drive, and they will have to negotiate with the Libertarian Party of Maryland regarding their compensation going forward on this petition drive, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, from Maryland. Let's stay in touch and gauge progress here in the next month or so that follows, and go from there.
See
We
you,
are
Karen
now
Allen.
on to the next
there's
item,
more?
which is expand scope of litigation committee to include FEC matters. I move the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Pretty brief. The litigation committee met, and they wish to expand, and I agree to include any outstanding FEC matters. There are still outstanding matters which require our attention, and the litigation committee has enthusiastically agreed to also oversee those matters. The floor is now open for discussion. If anybody seeks to be recognized.
Just on as the representative from the litigation committee, there's some overlap in items before the litigation committee, so it makes sense.
I'll call the question.
All right. There's no further hands raised, move on to a roll call vote. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Secretary.
Now, Dassing has his
Mr.
vote up
Nicola.
too, or hand up
I vote
too.
yes.
Is Dassing on Exco? No.
Mr. Dar,
I vote yes.
It's just going to be a
Mr.
hand.
Redpath,
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins is not here. Mr. Chair, the vote is 5 yes, 0 no, 0 abstentions.
Motion passes. All right.
Wait,
Is there a motion to
How
adjourn?
even?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Move to adjourn.
Any objection? Hearing none, we are adjourned at 9:59 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Have a
everybody.
good night.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, guys.
All right.
The recording has stopped.
The recording has ceased. Cease recording.
Good night, all.
Good night, Jonathan Jacobs, Esquire, or something. All right. Do we want to to wrap up briefly? Because we did promise, I want to read the people what almost passed, what came very much too close to passing. We're just going to go through it. It's pretty brief. You can hear John Ponte talk about it on last night's stream if you would like. This is the resolution that came quite close to passing 3/4 in support of U.S. Department of Justice enforcement actions to compel disclosure of statewide voter registration lists. Remember, this was the motion, the resolution that we were told was only about members of states being able to see voter registration lists. All right. Whereas the United States Department of Justice has filed or is expected to file multiple lawsuits against election officials in various states, including but not limited to Hawaii, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Virginia, Washington, Colorado, Massachusetts, Delaware, Connecticut, Wisconsin, Georgia, Illinois, Rhode Island, Vermont, Oregon, and others, for denying or restricting access to full statewide voter registration lists in violation of the public disclosure provisions of the CRA, the National Voter Registration Act, and the Help America Vote Act, and turn the page. Whereas these federal statutes impose clear non-discretionary obligations on state election officials to maintain accurate voter records and make voter registration lists available for public inspection and copying for lawful purposes, including election oversight, integrity verification, and enforcement of voting rights. And whereas numerous state election offices have demonstrated a pattern of non-compliance by refusing or unduly restricting access to these records in response to formal requests from federal authorities and other qualified parties. And so formal requests from federal authorities. Guys, remember, it's only about the Libertarian Party trying to get access to voter rolls. But yet we have requests from federal authorities. Whereas such noncompliance fosters secrecy rather than scrutiny, undermining public confidence in elections and eroding the transparency and accountability essential to free and fair democratic processes. And whereas affiliates of the Libertarian Party in multiple states, as well as individual libertarians and third-party organizations, have independently sought access to voter registration, turn the page, data to which they are lawfully entitled under state and federal law, only to face repeated denials similar to those challenged by the Department of Justice. Oh, we're getting another federal actor in here. Whereas these denials impair the ability of minor political parties, independent candidates, and citizens to conduct lawful voter outreach, verify registration accuracy, challenge potential irregularities, and participate meaningfully in election oversight. Now, again, there are remedies for this that do not overlap with the remedies that will be recommended forthwith. Whereas in-state administrative remedies have proven ineffective in many jurisdictions, leaving federal enforcement as a necessary mechanism to secure compliance. And whereas claims that lawful requests for public election records undermine public trust, invert fundamental principles of open government as transparency and accountability are the foundations of trust in electoral systems, not obstacles to it. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Libertarian Party fully supports the U.S. Department of Justice's enforcement actions seeking to compel compliance with federal election record disclosure requirements in non-compliant states. Is a hell of a clause. Be it resolved that the Libertarian Party urges all state election officials to achieve immediate and full compliance with the CRA, including prompt and unrestricted disclosure of voter registration records as mandated by law. And be it further resolved that the Libertarian Party calls upon federal authorities to continue vigorously exercising their jurisdiction to address systemic noncompliance with election transparency and record access requirements nationwide. And be it finally resolved that the Libertarian Party affirms that election integrity is strengthened, not weakened, by lawful public oversight, accountability, and strict adherence to constitutional and statutory obligations governing electoral processes. So in there, we have an endorsement of the actions that I think was the Justice Department engaged in Minnesota, saying we will withdraw our paramilitary organization from your state if you give us the voter rolls. That resolution,
if and only if.
Well, there were a few things. But yes.
Well, right. But it was like a...
Yeah.
Right. It was, the implication was that they will not unless it's true. And so that's awful. It's just terrifying.
Yeah.
So Austin making the claim that he's not backing ICE, Austin making the claim that he's not backing the federal government and things, it's just not true. It's blatant in what's said here. It's blatant in the other resolutions, the revolutions.
If only.
It's just blatant big government nonsense. And Dustin's exactly right. Obviously, the no voters are the feds here, not the mover of this motion. So, Chuck, Amanda's actually saving me. I hung out with Ken Mattis and Tom Queter the last couple of days, and they got the flu, and they gave the flu to me. So I'm here ignoring that I have the flu, and Amanda was saving me from that.
Yeah.
Dustin,
Also-
sorry, go on, Alexa.
Sorry, I just want to point out, I mean, I know Illinois was on that list. Sorry, I keep talking about Illinois. I promise I don't like my state. I want out. But like you can get
I mean, there's
the
Chicago,
voter.
and then there's nowhere, right?
Let Alexa talk.
There's Chicago and there's corn. Basically. Anyway, yeah, you can get the state like voter registration stuff. I think you can buy like the whole state list for like $500. It's on a website. I think some link on like the Secretary of State thing, but I mean, I would think you shouldn't have to pay, but it's like anybody can get that, like if they pay that money. Like the whole idea. I mean, yeah, they're not restricting. I guarantee you Illinois is not saying, or the governor is not saying, you can't, we're gonna deny it specifically from you. It's like, no, just gotta pay the $500.
Dustin, we appreciate your Fed no vote against having the feds have power. It's a very, very nice long con that you're playing there. And we would love to hear sometime about your first LNC meeting, how that all went. We should get out of here, though. We appreciate you, chat. I don't know why y'all are here. I never know why y'all show up. I'm glad that you do, but I don't know why on a Sunday night you're like, let's spend it with LP Alliance talking smack about the Libertarian National Committee. It's been wonderful, though, and we will see you again later on this week. Have a wonderful one. Yeah, that's going to be it from us tonight. Take care, guys.
No.
What?
No.
There are soybeans.
No.
There are soybeans too.
Support the LPA.
Support the LPA. Yes, do help us get 100 libertarians to Grand Rapids who wouldn't otherwise have the means to go there. All of your funds will go to that effort if you want to get involved. That ticker is scrolling way too fast. It's making me anxious. Want to get involved, go to discord.gg/LP-Alliance and submit your articles to The Torch. TheTorch.media. Check it out. Do good things. Superimpose QR codes over Alexa's face. And now on the side, superimpose it over the chat. There we go. Beautiful. All right, guys.
Get wrecked, chat.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Do that, please.
Yes, please do.
Yes.
It will help us monetize.
It will. And yeah, you just don't, honestly, like $10, $15, $20, every bit helps to supporting us. Please do that. It is 100% going to transport for people to Grand Rapids. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for soldiering on with us. Viva la Revolucion. I don't know why I slipped into almost a Russian accent there. That was incredible. Viva la Revolucion.